streets ain't got no love, I'm so paid in it. The game we in, yeah, get cocaine, ain't tame bitches. You can catch me lane switching. I ain't tryna fake kick it. It's a try good if you and me, we on the blade mission. Swear like all that shit I seen, that's what came with it. North side to be exact, I had to change cities. Killers, killers where I'm from and I ain't safe in it. Lost my brother to the streets, now I'm toting baby A's, nigga. Lost my brother to the streets, now I'm toting baby A's, nigga. I was raised by the streets, why I ain't scared in it. The streets is stressing nigga out to lose your hair in it. I ain't fucking with that bitch no more, wouldn't even care, nigga. You couldn't even fit inside my shoes cause you weren't there, nigga. I ain't fucking with the list no more, could get it out of hoe. I can send it to your zone, I can send her to your home. Niggas gotta watch they back just for some chimney bowls. But you ain't even gotta ask, no, I'm gon' get them gone.
Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up?
Trap good.
What's up, everybody?
I was cool sitting back, just focus on the
Gonna be starting right now in a few minutes. Yo, let's get it. New month. Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in. You already know what it is.
To it. Trap good, they don't even know the meaning to it. Been thugging on my life, but they no reason to it. Boss her up, we doing shit that she ain't never did. I just told her like, look here, baby, don't never switch. Hit the road, I'm cashing out, this bitch deserve it. I ain't tryna throw her off when this bitch working. Send her off, now she in Idaho. And she a halfway hoe, cause don't nobody know. Different type of motivator when the track gets slow. Keep switching up my states, I ain't go average Joe. When I hit the road, this time to spray, I test back. We in Manhattan, New York, she love that. It ain't no cap about me, my bitch bad as hell and she can up cash. She making dumb trapping, I'm like, where the funds at? Big road, I had to elevate and I ain't turning back. Maybe you should come and fuck with me, let's get your earnings back. They heard me talking about track good, they never heard of that. They heard me talking about track good, like where you learn it at. I was cool and sitting back, just focus on the racks. Don't let a nigga tell you nothing, he ain't gon' stand on that. Chasing cheese, just tryna put my meds on that. Just wait and see, I think I'ma bring some random back. Ain't hit the road until they see me do it. Ain't stop and get that bag, they tryna beat me to it. Trap good, they don't even know the meaning to it. Been thugging on my life, it ain't no reason to it.
The lows that broke the highs, which would be here. Yo, man, there's some new stuff too. It's not new to me, but it's new to probably you guys. But so the idea of what I kind of be talking about a lot of times of what I do. Let me actually do some real quick. All right, so Pablo, let's go, let's get it. Hey Pablo, as my witness, what did I just screenshot you right now? I screenshotted you that. I'm not even gonna say what it was, what I screenshot you, Pablo, but you know what time it is already. Look at that. So yeah, I'm thinking right here, it needs to hit this level right here. It needs to come up here. So like I was saying about the lows that broke the highs, is that this low right here is connected to this high, and this high broke this previous high. So this is the low responsible for this high to break. So what happens is it targets the lows that broke the high. So since this is the high that broke this previous highs right here, it's going to target the lows. So it went to the lows, and that's where this is at, targeted the lows, and now it's going to target the highs, and that's where this area I believe is going to get tapped, this little box. So there's a few things I could see it happening, is that it hits here, it comes back down maybe, because it's Sunday also. So you guys have to remember that Sunday you're not going to get a breakout trade. You're not going to get a a crazy runner all of a sudden just today out of nowhere, you know, because it's Sunday. Not much is going to happen. Not saying that Sundays don't have those days, because there has been days where Sunday opens up and it just starts taking off, and you know, if you catch it early, you're in early enough to ride it. But for the most part, that's only if you're anticipating that. If you're not anticipating any kind of like just straight push on a Sunday for some particular reason, then you shouldn't come into the market trying to squeeze out 100 pips or something when this range is only going to end up being 50, 60 pips, 30 up, 30 down type of thing. It's like you're not going to really be able to trade it. You're not going to be able to do what you need to do. But anyways, back to this. It's that it actually did its thing again, CRT'd back up. It just been CRTing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what I see, like I was saying though, is that I kind of need to. I mean, I left it. I have this right here just right now because I'm actually, like I said, I was doing this little stuff right here, I took this little trade right here, 10 pips real quick. But like I said, I already knew Sunday's not gonna do. It's gonna do something. It's the lows is gonna get targeted. So I already knew once this made this high, it's gonna target its lows that touch that high, and that's the high, and these are the lows that are connected to the high. And look at where it ended up going. It went towards those lows. So that's how you kind of know you're in a ranging market, when you're just targeting the lows and then you go back to the highs, and you're just going to be kind of in this range. So that's what I was saying, is I believe this level right here needs to be tapped. If I was right, that was the whole reason why I got into this trade to begin with, was because I knew this level needed to be tapped. But you see how close it got? It almost got there. It didn't tap it, so it started going down. And it almost made me think I closed there at this level already, went to touch this box. But like I said, my goal was to have this as the full TP up here. So, but like I said, what always happens is it gets close to where it's supposed to tap, and then it makes you think, oh yeah, no, all right, the move is happening now. So you jump on sells just for that level to still need to be tapped. So that's why I say too, it's important to have, and look at where we're going right to that level, I think. But yeah, like I was saying though, is that it's important to know. Oh damn, good rejection. Damn. But like I say, Sunday, this is what happens with Sundays, is that, you know, you're gonna look at a low right here, you make a high, and look at, you go back to the low, you break the high, you know, it's just, and then over here, it's just like you're breaking them pretty much back and forth, back and forth. So that's why, this is not surprising me. You're not gonna. This is why I say too, this is the level that I believe needs to be tapped. But it's like it's gonna come down, maybe break these lows, and then come back up, break the high again. But look, this low is the low that's connected to this high that didn't break this high. So this one didn't break it. So I'm trying to remember exactly what it's supposed to say, but if I'm right, it should get rejected somewhere in these levels, because it shouldn't just blow straight through, because it would have needed to take out these highs first. So if it needed to take out the highs first, it's just breaking these, probably like a previous low, which is these areas right here, grabbing liquidity to maybe go back up, break it again, and just kind of be stuck in a little range market right now. It's kind of what I was thinking. But let me zoom out a little bit. Let me kind of show you guys what I'm kind of expecting a little bit on these levels right here. Understanding that this is a 42 play right here. This is a 42 play. So that being the case, the 42 there, and then the low is here. It usually goes to the previous low before that, so it's going to need to tap exactly, it goes to the previous low. And look, this is where it tapped at, and then this is the previous low, and then look at, you put the low right there where the previous low is at, and look at where the fake out happened at. Pretty much the tap, it tapped it perfectly right there down to the pip. But the reason why too I had that lot was because this was the candle that broke the lows. And then once that, it's almost like I've been working, just learning this thing. Obviously it's like, I guess you could call it a model 1, was that ICT talks about. Pretty much this is the model 1 right here, and that was also the reason why I had this idea that this right here, the pullback, was gonna target this fair value gap, was because this was the model 1. And that's why I kind of realized too something with this, is that it needed to tap this order block, I believe, down here also. So when it did come in here, that's the reason why I didn't keep going. It was because this actually never got tapped. And I believe, if I was right, this is where the CRT happened at, which is on the 15-minute. And if I go to the 15-minute, look, so right there where that line is at is exactly where the low should have been swept at. Let me get rid of these boxes, I guess. Let me make it a little easier to see. So pretty much like I'm saying is that that candle right here, this low that was at that level that we were looking at, where the fair value gap was at, I believe it was right here. Yeah, this area right here, that is the 15-minute CRT, which is also, like I say, the purge right here, which is the low that broke. So look at it, broke this previous low right there, and then it reversed up, and then it went up. And then, like I said, what that signals is higher prices. So what it signals is it's gonna make higher prices than that. And then look, it does that, and it made higher prices. So now that's done. But the thing is a lot of times is these higher prices need to break a key level, which is a lot of times just the previous level. So let's say this is a previous level also. Even though it broke this level, a lot of times it needs to break a previous level also. It's like a key level where this is where, if it were to break above there, that's where I think it would break above and then come back down, because it would need to break this key level, which is also kind of another indicator why I'm thinking this is not just going to keep going down. So for this reason, is that it technically never broke a key level. So if I break this candle down into a smaller time frame, most likely I'm going to get some kind of like maybe a eternal like a smaller time frame order block or something like that, where this would explain why it got kind of rejected in these areas. But that's what I'm saying though, is that it broke this candle and it reversed, which is going to signal, if it closes like this is going to signal lower prices. So anything below this yellow line is going to signal lower prices, which means at some point the next candle is going to need to break the low of this red candle. Wherever the candle stops at, it's going to need to break it, which is going to need to do the same thing so it could start going up again. So depending how this candle closes right now in the next 5 minutes is kind of going to give a new direction. But that's what I'm kind of seeing right now though, is that the fact that this high right here never got broken by this wick, it almost did, but it technically never broke the high. What that tells me though is that at some point it's going to need to break that high and then come down. So that's why I'm saying is, even if this does come down, I don't think it's going to be something that's just going to reverse and keep going down. It's like at some point I believe it might need to make a higher price over here. And there's actually the same thing on this candle right here. Look, everything is forming exactly like that. Look, damn, this is crazy. Look at how many times this is forming right here. Look, boom here, close above, wick above, it wick below this candle, wick below, and then closed above this previous candle. So that means higher prices. And then look at higher prices, which gave us the CRT, and it targets the high of the first candle, which is up here. That's where the top wick is at, and then it usually fills in the top wick. So where I think this could possibly be something is also there's a 4-hour higher price that needs to be tapped. There's also let's see, the 4-hour higher time frame, yeah, right here. Oh, actually it already tapped. It already made the higher price. Oh, that's why it flipped bullet bearish. Look, this is what it did already. It already created the higher price because this candle needed a higher price. Damn, so I must have had my little level wrong or something again. But like I said, look, this candle was signaling 4-hour higher price, and that's what we had here. And then look, this candle wicked right above it, so that flipped it. What that signals now is that is the push down that's signaling to come back down again, which is also like, if you guys understand the three-piece idea, this is also the three-piece, which is this big candle, a inside bar, which is inside of this first candle. It closes inside, and then the third candle breaks the high of the first candle, and then it wicks back below and it flips, and then it lets you know now this is the range that you're in. You're in this range and you're in the bottom of this range. So what most likely needs to happen at some point is you already swept the highs of this with that top wick. What might need to happen now is you're gonna at least need to sweep these lows, if not come back down towards the 50%, if not a fair value gap down here, if not the actual lows. So these are all key levels that you're gonna have to start looking out for right now with the way this is kind of looking, because it is kind of forming everything that we were thinking, is that, like how we said, the 4-hour needed higher prices, so it already got us the 4-hour higher price. The one thing that I am kind of worried about is that this 4-hour CRT that signals up. So technically this 4-hour higher price has already gave us our higher price, so I don't need this line, I don't believe, no more, because that gave us our higher price already. So okay, and that's the daily low, that's that one. Okay, I don't really need that right now, I don't believe that. This was that candle, this was the 50%. What is that candle right there? Oh, that was, I think, the push or something. Let's see. Okay, so I had a few ideas. Is that I kind of seen what this was possibly going to do is that, so we already created the 4-hour higher prices, so we tapped that level already. So now what needs to happen now is 8-hour lower prices, 12-hour lower prices, daily lower prices, technically weekly higher prices, and then monthly higher prices. So let's go back to the 1 hour. What do we see on the 1 hour? We do see this kind of happening. So yeah, now also, well, like I was saying about this CRT idea, is that this 50% of this candle range ends up becoming the range now. So this is where you're pretty much going to need to be inside of trading, I believe, where you could be trading inside of. The one thing I'm worried about is that it never broke a previous low. So I mean, it did break this low, but as you can see, it never broke in this low. And that's the one low that I believe is the same idea that I have right now about this, how I was saying earlier about this candle not being like, or I don't think this is the move that's gonna go wherever. I forget what I was saying, honestly, but it was saying something like, let me see, hold on, I'm trying to remember exactly what I was saying about that. So the 4-hour CRT here, so let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and like I said, it needs to be at a key level. So if this low never got swept, and it never swept at least this key level, then I don't believe it's gonna just continue up like that. Oh yeah, no, okay, that's where I was talking about, was about that trade at towards the bottom of that level right there, which was how I was saying the lows need to be swept and all that, and then these lows got tapped. You can see these lows got tapped right here. It barely got wicked, but that's all it needs, is just one wick, one pip of a wick to tap that previous level for it to be a valid, like, previous key level. But that's what I was also saying, is about how I thought this there's this order block right here. Let's see. Okay, we did that right there. Boom, we hit that. And then what needs to come next, I believe, would be usually this order block right here. So this order block, I think, still needs to be tapped, which is kind of why I was thinking that level. Was it that level or was it this level? Okay, I see this here. Boom. Okay, boom. So here we swept the high. Boom. All right. Yeah, everything was looking pretty valid on that. That move down. Everything's looking pretty valid to move down because that technically flipped that. So that said higher prices on the 4 hour. So yeah, this thing looking like it's gonna come down right now. So because this swept the high, it swept like that. It's only been 10 pips, which is crazy because this looks like it just looks bigger than 10 pips, but well, not really, but it's very small. So in this 4 hour got 40 minutes left. So let's see what happened. It technically broke the high though in the first 2-3 hours. So I'm thinking that could be for a reason why it did it in the beginning, because it's not gonna re-break it right at the last minute. You know, it just did what it's gonna do, and now it's kind of done. All right, but yeah, that flip. So now that a lot of these are all saying, like I said, look at the same thing right here. Boom, perfect. Boom, same thing right here. Boom, boom, close below, lower prices. Boom. This is saying higher prices though. So at some point we might need higher prices on this 1 hour. So at 1 hour we need a higher price 1 hour. What is this thing? Oh yeah, that was that low of these guys. So let's see. Oh yeah. This was the let's see. Oh yeah. This was like that Model 1 setup that I had right here that I figured this was gonna be something like, look. So I figured this would be like a low right here. I mean, if you kind of think about it, you could say these are lows right here also. This one looks like it just swept that. So which is kind of why it was kind of like a key level idea to me. And like I say, it was about this, the way this was looking right here. You could see this long bottom wick. This long bottom wick right here. That became the support, or like the bottom wick, yeah, like the bottom range area. And then we broke that low with this wick right here. When we broke the low with that wick, that is what kind of swept the liquidity from this area right here, which also broke the lows over here. And then when you had that close and then you close back inside of it, that's what was pretty much the idea about all that. Because look, even if I go to, I think, a 3 minute, let's see, 2 minute. Oh yeah, then right here on the 2 minute, that's when it was all just closing above, sweeps, perfect sweeps. But yeah, let me keep cooking. Let me just keep cooking. Let me try to see what I could see right here. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching though. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe, hit that like and subscribe. I would appreciate it.
Access means going from dream.
Yo, Tyler, what up, what up? It did, wow. Wow. I'm fucking tired right now. Pretty sleepy. Yo, I'm gonna be right here. Give me a second. I'm just gonna mute the mic for a minute or two. So just give me a second. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Yo, good morning, Dennis. Good morning. Dennis, I want to show you this real quick. Look at this. So look, there's one here, right? But then there's also one here, right? But I just want to show you. Look at this one right here. This low right here, boom. I go to the 15 minute, or let's say the 30. Oh, was it the 15? Yeah. That one was actually, like I said, look at, there's actually CRTs right here. With that one, wicking back up, closing. All right, and then oh, there it goes. Ooh. But yeah, look at like that. So even though, like, let's say you were in this one right here, if you would have went break even at any of this point, obviously you could have probably even closed at that point, because it technically filled in the 100%. So if it fills in the 100, it kind of is done now. So now this one becomes the new one, and now it needs to fill up the 100%, if not the 50 at least, which is it did. But it did wick all the way up, and then it flipped this candle right here, and then look, same thing. This one never got lower prices either though, so at some point, look at, now it just broke the high of there. Yeah, that's why I was kind of expecting, I think this level up here needed to be tapped. And the thing is though, is that, like, going kind of deeper into it, like the type of trades that I understand, that I know what I'm like, that I know what I'm looking for, and like a specific type of thing, is that there's this trade right here that's called there's really no name for it, I guess, but there is like the turtle soup trades that we take, that are these sweep of these lows, and you know, going all the way up like this. What usually happens is, at this level, there's usually like a fair value gap on the 5 minute that shows up, and it gets respected and it gets tapped into, and then that is usually the second confirmation after I've already confirmed this as an entry. And then when this 5 minute shows up, I could either add a position or just go break even at that point, because I know at this point it should never go back to that level. But if you see, it never got back to this level, it only went here. So what I'm thinking though is that at some point, if this is the move that goes up, it's gonna need to come down to this level. But also the thing is, also when I look at this right here, this red candle never got broken. So at some point it might signal lower prices, because that 5 minute, but the 15 signal the same thing, lower prices. It never got lower prices. The The 30-minute says lower prices. The hourly is the first one. This is one of the ones that I haven't seen like this before, where all of the lower time frames are like not CRT, and then the hourly is the first one that actually is the close right here, and the wick below, and the flip. And then that is why it pushed. But that's what I'm kind of saying, is that this is going to give me some data just alone, just from being able to keep track of it. And but yeah, going to that point though, is what I'm kind of saying though, is that let's just say this is the move that's going to go all the way back to the top of the range. That's where I say is that this 5-minute fair value gap needs to be tapped. Since it never been tapped, just that alone is kind of telling me this is not the move that's going to go all the way up. So even if it does start going up, it's just for liquidity, which is also at these levels that I understand, this 4-hour 50% that never got tapped. And I believe this could be like the first fair value gap area, order block area after that. So it kind of gives, that was why I had that line up there. So like I said, this is the 4-hour CRT pretty much range that we're looking at. And now this becomes the I need to mark this out as the range too. This one was, what was this line? Let me see what this line was. Okay, that line wasn't nothing, I don't believe. Well, actually, I did say I needed to tap those highs, and look, it tapped those highs. So it tapped that. So now it's gonna flip right here, and look at, now it's looking like it's flipping. So if it, but look at now, it just created lower prices. Now it's looking like it's gonna break above, because that just flipped this little previous candle. So that previous candle signals lower prices, and then look at what happened. The candle gave you lower prices and it flipped. So that usually signals that it's gonna break up. So it's gonna at least cover this wick. If it closes above, that's also going to signal higher prices, which is going to confirm that this is most likely a breakout. And then that's when it's going to, it could continue pushing. But if this doesn't close above and it just closes below like that, then that's going to tell us something else, you know. So it technically wicked below already, and it wicked above. So I need to see right here what my, oh, you know what? I think this might be like one of those unicorn entries that we talk about, the whole ICT stuff. Look, the next one's going to close back in here. Look, it's going to close back in there, because this was the candle that swept the highs, and then this is what's going to close, and it's going to close back inside of this area. And then that's when this level, I believe, you're going to want to see a close below, and then there's going to be a fair value gap that opens up right here. And that's going to be an area where you're going to wait for a close like this, and then you're going to wait for a tap. And then I think that's when you could possibly, not I'm saying you, but I'm just saying like in general, where I believe a trade could possibly be at, which is the same idea as the idea that I took from here. This is the same thing right here. The same type of thing, but it's just flipped up here. And the reason why this is, I believe, going to be valid is because it also broke these highs, and I also know it's Sunday. So what's going to happen on a Sunday, it's not going to just push up like we would expect. Oh, it's breaking above, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. No, it's going to just keep ranging like this. And that's where I was going back to. It's the lows that broke the highs. So this is the lows that broke the highs. What's most likely going to happen is it's probably going to target these lows down here, maybe come like that, and then, you know, if it wants to come back down like that. But watch, well, let's see this play out. But like I said, I'm just I have like an idea of what has to happen and what could happen, and then it's like when certain things start to play out, it kind of gives me this idea where that's why I say is like, if a candle happens to not purge like I was expecting it, and it does something else, I could almost trade using that as an idea. Is that I know it hadn't been broken, so if it does come down, that's just liquidity, so it could go back up or something, you know. So that's what I was thinking though. So yeah, we're gonna see how this actually ends up turning out right here. I believe it's this candle. I can't exactly remember. I can't remember. I need to watch it a little bit more actually. Let me see something. Okay, it's that closer and then it's still. Oh, I need the other one though. But it's looking like it's pretty. Look, okay, so like I say, is we're gonna need a close below this yellow line. So if we could get a close below this yellow line, and then there's gonna be a fair value gap somewhere, that's where I think it could do its whatever it's gonna do. That's what I'm saying. It needs to close below this line. If it doesn't close below that line, then I don't think it's valid. And that did break that. I'm wondering if this is just in like an onion play now to go up, which is why it's respecting this. Let's see, the 4 hour is signaling higher prices. We already got the higher prices, so that's already done. The 1 hour is signaling higher prices. We just did that, so I think it's gonna probably flip around here. It looks like that will be that, and then this is signaling lower prices. It never got lower prices, so this is signaling lower prices, never got lower prices. So a lot of lower time frame lower prices, and it's kind of looking like that's what's gonna be possibly happening. So let's see if it breaks this high and then it flips back going that way. So here's this range and here's this range. Four-hour CRT low. How about that? And then we'll do this one. 4-hour CRT high. Just so we know. CRT low. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That's right into that level right there. Boom. Right into that. Oh, actually, I could put it a little lower. That's why it was held off. Alright, so let's see how this is going to react. It did look like it was reacting at that level. And you know what? I bet you, look guys, what he's gonna say right here at this level right here. If you guys know ADX, how ADX happens, I'm gonna look at the level right here at this ADX, and I'm gonna just check to see if it's 25, because the way this did its retest and it goes up, that usually tells me that's on its trend. And look at perfect. Damn, but that's on the 1 minute. Let's see even the 5 minute. Well, I was kind of looking at buys at these levels down here. So now that it's already kind of past it, I did say this level needed to be tapped though, which is this level right here. I don't know if it got tapped. Let's see if it got tapped. It might still need to be tapped, but no, that looks like it's correct. So yeah, it most likely is gonna need to be tapped. Damn, that was a nice little area right there. All of that was nice. Perfect. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, champ, I'm gonna leave a like and head to the gym. Alright, champ, man, you hit them gyms. Hit the gym, hit the gym. Boom, 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 boom. But look, guys, even remember, even if we caught the very bottom to right now where the very top, that's only 22 pips. So you would have had to been in at the most perfect entry and exit at the perfect exit for you to be able to have 22 pips after holding for an hour and a half. You would have also had to hold for an hour and a half, in drawdown for a sec, and then come back where like it just, Stressful. Look at, okay, now we tap that level. Now let's see what happens here. It's going to, I believe, do its little CRT actually thing. It's gonna do its thing right here. Let's see, that's the, okay, it did its high here. Look, it did its high. Now this is where I think it does that little play that we just were trying to actually do right now, which was, it's gonna, this was the liquidity sweep. So what's gonna happen next is the candle, it's gonna close like this, and then it's going to close like that, and then the next one's gonna be up there like that, but close back inside of this range, which is underneath this line. So it's gonna close back in. So you're gonna have, this is the liquidity sweep. You're gonna have one close above, then the next candle you're gonna have close inside. Then you're gonna have another candle close inside. Let me see, try to find a better red. That's too dark. Then you're gonna have a candle close inside, and then that's when you're gonna well, it's actually, I'm waiting for I want to see a red candle, because a red killer, you're gonna have that. Now you have that there, that close above, like I was saying. Now let's see, the next candle is gonna close back inside of the range, just kind of like I was expecting. So let's see if that happens, and then let's see what happens next. Okay, and then that is gonna be the new low, which is this bottom right here. So this is going to be the new low. Wherever this candle closes at will be the new low. So what I think also could happen then is going to be possibly, let's see, look, there's a fair value. Wait, no, that got filled. This one technically never got filled. So yeah, I'm thinking this is looking like it's going to come up here, because it needs to fill in this fair value gap area, at least, I think. So, but okay, so look, now we close below. So now we have this right here. So what we're going to want is another close below here. It's probably, you're gonna get a close here, which would be a red close, and then you're gonna get a green close. Oops. You're gonna get a red close, and then you're gonna get a green close, respecting it. And then when you get respected, then you're gonna have a fair value gap somewhere show up right here, and then you're gonna have another green candle hit it, and then you're gonna have a red candle get rejected, and then you're gonna have another red candle start working its way down here. Probably then you'll hit a green candle. Oops. Let's see. And you hit a green candle. That one technically wicked down. Okay, now it did that with higher price. So let's see. It didn't close below though. So that's actually that's a good sign. It didn't close below, but that's what we're gonna want to see, something like that maybe. And then it's gonna need to fill this in. Then it's probably gonna do that, and then maybe need to fill in these guys back down to these levels, which would be red. Back down to these levels. All right, let's see. All right, yo, look, okay, I think we got a closure below now. So let's see how this plays out. If this ends up playing out, I'm not gonna take it or nothing like that. I just wanted to see how this plays out, because that's kind of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a sweep of these highs, broke these highs, And like I was saying, it's Sunday, so it's not gonna just run 100 pips in one direction. You know, it needs to come back. It might even be a fake out right here, and that's what that could possibly be. Is just a, oh dang, this thing dumped. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see. Like I said, is that I wanted to see kind of like a closure below. Oh, there it goes right there actually, and it already did it. It already did the CRT right there actually, so that was probably the move right there. So what I'm trying to figure out, so I'm wondering if this was the liquidity sweep. No. Okay, oh actually look, there it goes. There goes the fair value gap right there. So look, I'm not taking this trade, but if anything, this would be where the trade would be from. Oh no, that says buy. Need to be sell right here. Right here, boom. Oh, wait, no, wait, wasn't that one? It would need to be this fair value gap right here. Yeah, exactly. The first fair value gap after it closes below, which would be that. Once it taps it, that's what you need to run. And then that's where you have, and you're going to have all these fair value gaps to fill in. And there's a low over here, fair value gap. You probably need to tap this level. And that was exactly the play we were waiting for. Exactly it. That's the Model 1 that we talk about. So now that we know that's the Model 1, so look at the Model 1 is happening right now. What's going to happen is there's a CRT like we're looking at. It was the 5 minute. Okay, the boom, you know, that's actually the 30 minute, a fake out, boom. That means this CRT is right here on this 30 minute. So this is going to be the CRT right here, and then it's going to come down to the 50% line of this guy right here, which is going to be right here. Boom, 50. Oh wait, is that right? Okay, I can move that. Now let's see if it needs to go down. So if it continues, then that means that TP of this trade could possibly go down to this guy at least. And that would be 13 pip. It's still not a lot, but just remember, this is a small range right now. This is a small time frame. I'm doing this on the 1 minute. Just imagine when we sweep a high on a 4 hour or a 1 hour or something. We're gonna, and look at, these were the fair value gaps at first. We were saying we needed to fill in at least. So most likely the same way we filled that in, we're gonna need to fill this in. So I know you guys don't really use fair value gaps, or I don't know if you do or don't, but the idea of just understanding what a fair value gap is, whether you use it or not, could be useful. And understanding what a fair value, oh damn, that thing is flipping now. And look at it, look like it's CRT right there at those levels. Boom. But let's see if it comes back. Okay, so what happened? Okay, let's see this. That's the Model 1. So which one will be next? Which will be right here? Look, it's gonna tap right there. It's gonna tap right there. It's gonna tap that yellow line right here, and I believe that is possibly the next entry. Not saying I'm taking, I'm just saying it's like how I'm reading it. Like what I'm saying is as where a entry would be at is where I would either add an entry right there, or like that would be if I'm late to this party and I notice it all, this would be my next available entry that I could take with minimal drawdown. So what's going to happen is it closed above, it's signaling higher prices. That means it right here at this level, it's going to hit here and it's going to reverse back down. It could even break this low first, go up there, and then flip. But then I'm wondering, let's see, hold on, let me see something. This would be the could that be the break? But that's the liquidity. No, the liquidity sweep would be this guy right here. That would be the one that swept the liquidity. And look at, this is the candle that swept the liquidity originally, because that's the one that broke the highs. So the low of that candle, and look at where we got that exact tap. So that's why I was, when I put the marker at first, it looked like it was off by a little bit, but I think that was the reason. It was because I was using this candle as the low when it was this candle, because this candle is the one that broke the highs. But we'll find out right now. Like if this candle doesn't make it up to here and that was the level, then yes, that's the reason why, because this is the candle that broke the highs. even though this one broke the high, this, before any of this opened up, this is the only candle that broke all of the highs. So this is like the one that unlocked it. So what happens, yeah, that was it. So that's what I was saying is that, so what happens is that it unlocks it, as in this candle unlocks the liquidity, this digs into it, grabs what it needs, and then comes back down, targets these fair value gaps. And that's where understanding what a fair value gap is just knowing they're like untapped orders. So just think of as an empty fair value gap. Look at this fair value gap right here now. You see how this one wicked down and it chopped through both of this one and the one below it? What this means is it's done already. So if you're waiting for a fair value gap to get filled, once it blows through it and then it rejects it or something, that's the end of it. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So as you can see, these ones never got tapped into. Perfect. It just hit it right there. Now look at, you see how like the fair value gaps disappear? Look at, every time it blows through it, it disappears. These ones got tapped, so that's why this is where it's going to get rejected at. So if I were to take a trade, I would probably take a trade from right here. I would have wanted to take a trade here, because that would have been the end of all of the fair value gaps, which maybe this might be the last one, but it looks like we did just tap into it. So if we do get rejected, I'm wondering if that could be where the area, because these fair value gaps already got filled up. You can see the wicks blew through them. What that says is it filled it up. So yeah, this is just going to be a fake out now, going straight back into the range, which is going to probably close back above like that. That's my next thing, what I would think. So what happens, like I say, is every exit, I could be wrong too, but like I said, look at, now it just purged it. Look at, now it just purged that can, oh, I know it didn't purge it actually, never mind. The purge would be at that previous low right here. So let's see if it purges it and continues down or not. But the way I see it is that these fair value gaps already got filled. This got filled by that. These already got filled by these wicks. So what that tells me is it's not gonna need to go and tap those no more. So that's where the trade would have been at if I would have wanted to go back up. But what I'm trying to point out is this is not what I'm taking right now. But it's just the idea of knowing your perfect exit is also a perfect entry. So that's how you know if you got out at the right area or if you got out at the wrong area. Because if let's say this entry right here doesn't work out. Let's say it doesn't work out and it just blows through your stops or something. Then that will let you know this wasn't the correct exit for this trade. The exit was somewhere else. And that's actually what like I said, I'm just going through it exactly how I would live, just so I could say, because I'm not trying to take no trades right now on this range is too small. Like this is 13 pips right here. This move right here, 13 pips. It's like 13 pips, even though 13 pips is still good. Don't get me wrong, 13 pips is still very good. But what I see, okay, so that wouldn't have been a good exit. So the entry is still valid over here because it broke the highs. The lows that broke the highs, like I was saying earlier. Okay, this is the high. These are the lows that are tapped into that. So this is probably where the exit would want to be. And then you're gonna if not that one, then let's see. Damn, that thing is running. Damn, that was a good sell from that one. Damn, I should have probably took it, but nah, like I said, I just want to damn, that was perfect right there. Damn, I was on point. But look at, okay, so now, like I was saying, is that there's a CRT low, there's a CRT 40, there's a CRT 50%. There's this one, I can't remember what I put that for, but I'll remember. But damn, what I was thinking though is these 4 hours needed to be tapped, but this was just a liquidity sweep up there to target these lows. So I'm wondering if this could be the low we target now, or this 5 minute fair value gap, like I was telling you, never got tapped into. So I'm just thinking maybe kind of what I was saying also earlier is knowing that we need to tap into these levels. Maybe that could have been your TP, maybe, because if we know this level needs to be tapped at some point, it might need to be tapped. The one thing also though is that because it's Sunday, just remember Sundays range a lot, and they take out, like, almost think of it as like a stop hunt. Like Sunday stands for stop hunt, for the reasoning that if you make a high right here, the next time it comes back around, it's gonna just do just enough to break that high to stop you out, and then just enough to break the low to stop you out, and then keep just going back and forth and just stopping you out, just kind of like just doing it, like ranging like that. So that's why I would also, though, if I were to get into a trade like this, I would either have to close partials, go break even, and let the rest run just in case. But from my knowledge and what I've been able to like gather is that a lot of times on Sundays, it's, even though you got the perfect entry, 9 out of 10 times it goes down to this previous low or something. And just on a Sunday, though, it just never happens that way. So it's like you'll go down here and then you might get back in. If you were to go break even letting it run, you might hit your stops or something, you know. So but yeah, that's the Model 1 that I've been working on, guys. So that was money right there. We cooked that one, y'all. Look at, and what we kind of were thinking, look at, this is why also, if you guys remember a little while before that, you see this was the same pattern that happened exactly right here, the same thing. But why was this one not valid and this one was valid? This one wasn't valid because it wasn't at a key level. These aren't big enough highs for us to blow all the way through. We broke this high, that it was also broke this high. So that's like 2 highs you technically took out with this one high, and you got all of that move down in that one move and stuff. Damn, is that thing running like that? Wow. That thing is running, bruh. We found that trade. But then that makes sense, though, that if we find that unicorn entry right here, then that means this is the real move down. So actually, I just kind of figured something out by doing that, is that if you don't get the Model 1 entry right there, that's not the right trade. And that's why this wick went so high, because the Model 1 entry never showed up. And where I was trying to point out the time before, where I would have wanted to take the trade, but this is why you wait for things to happen, is you would have wanted a closure below this yellow line, and look, nothing ever happened. Look at, as in this one though, we were waiting for a closure below this yellow line right here. Not this yellow line, the second one, the first one. So we had waited for a closure below, like we said, look, close below, and the first fair value gap after the close below just needs to be tapped. Boom, tap. Previous highs, your stops. Easy money right there, bruh. Can't even lie. Damn, look at that wick though. I still think it needs to go back down though, like I was saying, is, but then because it's Sunday, which will explain why we tapped all the way down here, then we came back up, and this tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap. But I don't really like that because it doesn't confirm. It might come back up to this area, but the way this 5-minute fair value gap entry confirms the move is different than this does for me. So I'm waiting for this, because the same way, like, the idea though is they always want to fake you out. So that's why I was saying, look at, this is what's so crazy about this, is that this high right here is connected, right? I mean, these were the highs right here. Look at, perfect. Oh, you hit the high, you swept it perfectly. Everything to the T was exactly the same. Like I pointed out, you have the wick above, and then you're gonna have a close above, and then you're gonna have a closure back into it. And then look at, now that I actually seen, this is the key. If you guys are watching, this is the key right here. This is the key right here. This is the key right here, y'all. This is the one. Okay, these are the 2 same setups that I just watched out live and step by step looked at it, and I tell myself, what is the one thing different that I was able to point out right now instantly, that I was able to notice? Look, what do I always say? The next candle needs to close back into it. So this was the range. we had the wick above, we closed above, the next candle closed back in the range right here, and that is the difference between this one, where this one never closed back inside the range. Because look, this was the previous highs right here, this was the highs, so the yellow dotted line was the high, so that means it would need to close underneath it the same way this one closed underneath it, because the top of this order block was the is the high. So that's why I'm saying is that if it broke this order block, which is all it needed was just 1 pip to break it, that is what swept the highs, and then this is the close above and then the close below the top of the order block, and that's where I got that the unicorn entry pretty much, which pretty much just gave us the freaking dump of the day right there. That would have been it right there. Everything lined up perfectly for that. Didn't know you was on, bro. GBP, bro. My boy. You already know what we on, man. We really trying to master this market. Like, this happened so fast and so perfectly that I didn't even get to see what the hell this was about. Even though this did come up 30, 40 pips right now. Damn, that thing is moving though. But yeah, bro, that's the oh yeah, my bad, GBP. I should have I didn't send it out to the Discord. That's actually why I only got a little bit of viewers right now, because I didn't send it out to the Discord and stuff. So let me send it out to the Discord. Actually, let me let them know. Let my oh, we got 14 people in here right now. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's get this up to 20 likes if we can. I would really appreciate it if we could do that. Let's see. All right, announcements. I need to go to announcements. Let me just at everyone. It's kind of late, but oh well. Oh yeah, there it goes. All right. Yeah. Yes, sir. But yeah, bro. Oh yeah, look at this right here. Perfect sweep of the high, onion play, going back down to these lows, because remember we said this low needed to be tapped. So if anything, that might have been the entry right there. That, well, no, this fair value gap needs to be filled, I believe. Let's see if this needs a wick one more time above. Actually, it's gonna do the same thing. Oh wait, let me see something. Hold on. It's gonna need to do the same thing. Let's see. This looks like a perfect onion play popping off. Look at, okay, it's gonna need to fill in this fair value gap. It's gonna break the previous high, which is right here, and then it's gonna flip. Let's see if it flips from right there. All right, that's where I say is I kind of see this. Maybe let's see. If not, I might be wrong, but I'm thinking it needs to flip at that area right there. Let's see if it flips. Cause we had a closure back below, so let's see if that taps that area. It did tap this little you could say this like a little mini order block, I guess you could say. It did tap in that level. Okay, looks like it's gonna close above. And I mean, okay, now I kind of looking at it, like I was saying about these fair value gaps, is that they need to be filled, right? Ooh. Oh, you know what too? And look, that is the same type of area. Look at the same area where we got this push off at. It's the same area we got the rejection off of. So it's the same thing, like what they say, support turns into resistance. So a previous support turns into a resistance. All right, we already got the close above. Let's see, this closed above. This could say that. So let's see that. Let's see that. Oh, dang, this thing got a long bottom weight. So I hit that. That's the first. Okay. Oh, okay. Look at, it's looking like this might be the area right here. Let's see if this is the area. Oh, damn. But what did I say earlier too, though, about the whole, like, it just stop hunts everybody. Like, if I would have went break even from here, it pretty much would have already gotten back to your break even, closing your break even already. So that's why I say is like on a Sunday, this is a perfect example right there, is that Sunday, that's what's going to happen. And look at, we just touched that same order block, or that same area we were talking about. That's the top wick, I think. That's the top wick. 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 So look, let's say, okay, let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing. Look, same thing. We're going to have a close above, then we're going to have a close back inside the range, and then you're going to have a closure below this line, and then you're going to have the first fair value gap somewhere in these areas, and then that's when you're going to have another tap to come back down. Or that was it. No, but that's what I'm kind of thinking. But this was the, look at this order block that got tapped perfectly. That is exactly the level. Ooh, hold on, I need to charge my laptop real quick. 1 second. Ooh, right from the order block though. Perfect, bro. That was, man, that was money right there. Perfect money shot. Wow, did I just do what I think I did? Wow. Damn, that one's CRT2 hourly, the 2 hour and the 4 hour, they all swept up. They all swept up. What time is it? 2100 o'clock. What do you know? What time is 2100 o'clock? 12. That's 9 o'clock, right? That's exactly 9 o'clock. Yeah, that's 9 o'clock. Like I say, guys, 159. It's important. 159, and the 9 o'clock candle swept the lows. That's what I always say, is that when you look at a chart and all the times, every time it was a bottom here, 9 o'clock, top is at 9 o'clock. You can't go against it. It just happens all the time. So I don't know. I think this might actually start pushing up a little bit, which will start targeting these 4 hour 50% levels that we need to target. There's a 50% level. There's some fair value gap area right here that we need to fill in. So I do see this area being a little key level right here. And this wick right here was to take out all of these fair value gaps on the way up. So now that it took all of them out, most likely now it's going to start taking out these higher time frame fair value gaps on the ones that are a little bit higher. So that's where I'm kind of thinking is that, but it is Sunday. So like I say, one thing that always reminds me is that today's Sunday. So no matter what you think happened, oh, it swept the lows, it's going to go to the all-time highs, it's Sunday, bro. So you can't be expecting all-time highs on a Sunday or just a crazy move because it's Sunday. But if you were on Wednesday or Thursday and you started seeing this exact same setup at the exact same time, you would be able to almost say this is the one for sure, because the time, the day, the setup, everything is lining up. And that's why I say it's important to start like keeping track of time and stuff. So that's why I say is like, also maybe if you journal right now, journaling is a good thing because you could see what time you took your trade at. If you have a journal and you could see what time you took your trades at, go look at your best trades and see what time they were at. If they were at 1:59 o'clock at any of those time frames, then that answers my question. If all of your trades, if let's say all of your losses are at 4 p.m. or something, then you should know 4 p.m. is what you should maybe stay away from and wait for that 5 o'clock candle or that 9 o'clock 4 hour candle or something, you know? So it's just things like that that you got to really, just get better at. And I don't know if anybody's watching that's familiar with journals and stuff, but I am going to start creating a journal for our type of setups, which are these like sweeps of lows and I guess you could call them turtle soups or whatever. So if by chance somebody does watch this and they're good at the whole computer where like to create a journal, if you wouldn't mind DMing me on Instagram or something, let me know that you know how to create journals. And I want to let's work something out, and I want to create my own journal. So I want to really focus on the data and getting a lot of journaling in and having it precise. Like literally everything that I look for on a trade, I need to know what it was doing during that trade. If I'm looking for a 4-hour purge on the journal, it's going to say, did the 4-hour purge, yes or no? And eventually you're going to be able to see which trades are the biggest trades, and which ones are the ones to stay away from. So it's all just going to come down to the data, that after 6 months of collecting these data and these type of trades, we'll have some real good information on exactly where to enter at, where to exit at, and almost being able to tell exactly when these trades are going to happen and stuff. So obviously you can't be 100%, but if we could get something towards the 70-90% type of accuracy, with them being 100 pip trades, sometimes 300 pip trades, that's where it's the game changer at, is because we could capture 100 pips once a week or something. And that's, like I say, that's, we dream about 100 pip trades, so if the fact that we could have a setup that targets 100 pips, 200 pips, sometimes it's like it'll just be even better for all of us. Now, I'm saying for myself, but it's like if you learn it yourself, obviously it'll be better for you. But that's why I say, is like when I talk, I'm talking to myself kind of, but that's why I say it's just like we just got to keep getting better every single day, just get better. And the thing is don't be afraid to learn more. A lot of people too get stuck into only learning what they know. Like there's more to it. That's the thing, is like, obviously, especially if you're struggling or doing something else, it's like, why wouldn't you want to learn something else that could possibly help you? It's like, I know a lot of people hate on ICT and stuff, but it's just the idea that it's price action, understanding a fair value gap, that it's going to support at a fair value gap or something. That's just price action is all it is. So that's why I'm saying is a lot of the things that I'm teaching is not even a strategy. It's just learning how to read price action, because once you're able to read price action, it's just no matter what you do, whatever type of strat you trade, it's going to work out because you're trading it in the correct bias and stuff like that. So like I said, if you're a breakout trader, the breakouts work when you trade like that, so it's just understanding like the correct bias and almost kind of like knowing what's going to happen next. So if you know what's going to happen next, then you could pretty much start preparing. Okay, we need to go this way, let's start waiting for a sell. Like let's say we're looking for a buy. So if we're looking for a buy, we shouldn't be looking for no buy up here at the top of the range. We should be looking for the buys down here. We should be looking for the buys here. We should be looking for the buys here, looking for the buys here, things like that. To where it's like, if the only way to get a buy down here though is to understand a target that needs to be hit. So if this level needs to be hit, then if we start coming down to these levels, then it's for liquidity, so we could tap that level, so that's why I say it's important too to have targets and things like that. It just takes practice, a lot of practice, a lot of practice. But yeah, that looks good right there. Perfect setup though. Beautiful. Nice. I bet you there's a trade right here. Boom. Yeah. Okay, that is that one. Yeah. Okay. So look, that was that order block that I used right there. That also broke the highs. All right. So yeah, that's the level right there that I used. So it broke that high, did everything you would want, and then boom. Did you take any trades? No, I haven't took any trades yet. I haven't. Well, I took one before stream, but that didn't really count. That was more. It was a small 10 pips. It wasn't nothing, but I haven't took. I just been kind of cooking right now. I just been kind of like reading price action, just trying to get warmed up, trying to figure out, you know, where it's gonna head and stuff like that. So yeah, that thing was money right here though. That thing was money. Bring me my money. Oh no, it was the actually yeah, all of these right here were money. But even this one was even better though, right here. Boom. That thing, damn, that thing ran on a Sunday. We would have caught 50 pips, imagine. Wow, it's gonna be like that, bro. That's why I say I'm not rushing about nothing, bro. I'm not rushing. I don't care. I could take 6 more years before I become a millionaire or whatever. I don't care how long it takes, but I know by the time I do become good, or the time that I do become rich in trading, it's gonna be because I'm good as hell at trading. It's not gonna be because of just luck. It's by the time you guys realize, man, this dude is actually the best trader. It's gonna be because I am the best trader. It's not gonna be because of money or nothing. It's gonna be because I could cook. I could straight up cook the charts. That's where I say is like, I don't know that many people that are really doing the type of reading I'm doing. Like, I mean, I'm not the best at it. I'm still getting better, but it's like, man, when I'm on it, I'm on it, man. I know that for sure. I just marked support and resistance on 30, waiting for the close, waiting for it to close either side of the trade, the 30-minute close. Yeah, that's a pretty big range right there. More or less, if that was more or less, I guess, liquidity to sweep these lows right here. But if you look, this also never swept this low right here. So what does that tell you? If this low was a key level, this is an eternal liquidity. So what happens is in the middle of it, you're going to get a bounce. If it's a continuation, you're just going to bounce and continue. But the thing is it a lot of times need to sweep a low. So if it didn't sweep the low, that tells me if this move is going to go up, it's eventually going to come back down again. And it just goes back to the whole Sunday up, down, up, down, up, down stuff. So that was kind of the reason why I figured this trade alone, like, well, this idea that I was kind of playing out, why I figured it was going to work out was just because of the fact that it did break the highs, but it was also because I already knew it's Sunday, it's going to need to come down. Even if it didn't come down that, even if it only came down here and came back up, I would have still figured that was still a good idea, because it was exactly to the point that, you know, exactly, well, that's only 7 pips. That wouldn't have been good, but you would have been probably break even maybe at that point. Let me see what the stops would have been. Only 5 pips. Wow, 5 pips would have been easy money right there. Yeah, this didn't get filled, so I think at some point it's gonna get filled right there. It's gonna do that and then make its way back. That does kind of confirm it. And if you guys are aware, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a I have a screenshot of the amount of different trades you could take in one trend, or like one move up. Like, let's say, let's go on a little higher time frame, for instance. Like, let's say this move down right here. This move down right here, you could have gotten 5 entries. You could have had actually the actual trade is from here. Actually, this is the trade. This trade, this top belongs to this bottom. So this push up was just a retest. So pretty much this right here was the retest for that. Oh, bro, I was about to say something. I just kind of forgot right now. Damn, I was about to say some real shit right now. Damn, I wanted to say that. I knew it was important. I kind of sidetracked myself talking about that. Um, Shared my analysis in Asian set chart. Can you comment on it? Yeah, bro, I got you right now. Let me check. Asian session. Let's see. Asian session. Yes. All right. Let's see what you got, brother. Let's see. Open in browser. Okay. All right. 70, 50 pip. Okay. I see that's valid. I could see that happening, but you also have to remember it is Sunday. So with that being said, can it run 70 pips up? I don't think yet. Maybe for London, but then again, you also have to remember tomorrow we have a bank holiday. So tomorrow is Monday. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday, and I believe, yeah, look, bank holiday. So not only is it Sunday, but it's also a bank holiday tomorrow. So let's just say, for instance, you stay in this trade, you get into it right now, but then it just starts to range until Tuesday or something. So you might be stuck into a trade until Tuesday or something, you know? So, and the way I see it right now, if you were to go break even, no matter where your entry is at, what happens on Sundays is every single time, look, it always gets swept. Every single time a low gets swept by something, and like your stops you would get out of your trade pretty much on a Sunday, because every time it breaks a low, it should have just kept going. Any other day, most likely this would have just kept going down. But no, it's Sunday, so what happens? It turns around and it goes back towards our break even, where we were talking, like where we were taking our little practice. It was like a practice idea, where our practice idea was up here. So imagine you would have already gotten wicked out. You would have got wicked out, and then who knows? You would have even got wicked out maybe a third time, just because they're trying to make sure they wicked out everybody who would have been in this trade. But if you would have got in the trade up here, then you would have known that was valid. I was pretty much calling it at that point. I already almost kind of knew at that point. So what I could have did is gotten in that trade. Once it closed like that, I could have went break even. So if it shouldn't break that high is what I'm saying. So you also have to remember, what day are we on? I'm just going to get 10 to 20 pips out this range. I'm waiting for it to close above or below the 30-minute hop, how it works. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense. Yeah, I see it happening. I could see that. I could see that happening. And that's the OTE entry right here. This is the OT. Oh yeah, and also, actually, this hasn't got tapped yet. Look, this might be another. I'm not taking this trade. This is just gonna be an idea. Look, I think it's gonna need to tap this level, and it's gonna go like this, and then it's gonna come down. Let's see. Let's see if this is right. Then I'm gonna show you how I got that idea. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. Okay, so like I was saying about, let's say on a bigger time frame right here. Like I said, there's 5 entries. I'm gonna write 5 so I don't forget. There's 5 entries. Look, this is the entry and this is the exit. In this entry from up here, you got 5 opportunities to get into a trade that is a good RR for yourself, which would be like, let's say you could get into one here. There would be one here. I believe there would be one here. So there would be one here. There'll be 2 here. There'll be 3 here. I could say maybe there should be 4 somewhere else. Like 4 should be like maybe, because what I'm seeing is this would be 2, this would be 1, up here at the top would be 1, this top wicks over here would be 2, this would be 3, And then the fourth, let me see what the fourth is. Oh, and I have a screenshot of all the entries. If you want a screenshot, DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you the screenshot of the entries. So like the order that the entries happen on is turtle soup, CRT, order block, breaker, OTE, KOD. Okay, so the one I'm missing is breaker, I believe. Okay, so this is turtle soup right here. This is order block right here. Breaker is right here. This is breaker. OTE. Let's see. Or no, like right here, look. Actually, look. This is order block, I believe. This is breaker. This is breaker. Yeah, my numbers suck. Let me get a better numbers. There, but what I'm trying to point out is that there's 5 entries. So from the top of here down to here, you have 5 opportunities to get into a trade with a good RR that you could capitalize on and not like have a bad RR to it. So pretty much what I'm saying is you have 5 chances to get into these trades. So if you could get into these trades at any point, you have 5 opportunities, and the last one is down here, which is ICT calls it the KOD, which is the kiss of death, pretty much the last final breakout after this range, pretty much. And that's the last piece that you're able to grab. But pretty much like I was saying though, is that I'm still working on it myself, so don't think I'm perfect. I don't know everything, but I know a lot because I do it live, or I just do it on the charts on my own. I do it on my charts on my own all the time. Ooh, look it. Ooh, damn, it almost did it. So maybe what would have happened, I'm wondering if my level was off. 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 Wondering if my level was off. Or my level wasn't off and it does need to come up here, and this was just like a fake out to grab the sweep of the lows, which would be here, to sweep the lows in order to go to the high. Yeah, that was it. That's it right there. I believe this is just a bottom wick. I think it should flip at this area, and it should target these target this high, I believe, which will be this area right here. Boom, boom. All right, so the next trade idea I think would be somewhere right here at that level. And I think if this is the right level, okay, see, look, it is going up now. So if this is the right level, then what this tells me is that this could be the OTE entry, and this would be the 4th entry. So look, you have the 1, you have the 2. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, so look, you have the turtle soup, you have the order block right here, the second one, and then you have the breaker, which is, I believe, this one. Yeah, this is breaker, this area breaker. This is OTE. Yeah, it's gonna hit this line right here. Watch, it's gonna hit that line. This is OTE, and then this is kiss of death, which is the like the official final breakout, which would probably be, if anything, it's gonna be the one. Actually, it makes more sense. It's the KOD is gonna be the one that goes down here to these levels, because we know these levels need to be tapped. It's setting up perfectly. There's when I'm in, like when I'm cooking up a trade or whatever, cooking up these ideas, when these ideas start to play out exactly how I'm calling it out, is because I'm in the correct bias. And then that's when I already know if I'm in the correct bias. The bias is not going to change until these levels get tapped. And that's where I'm saying is most likely this is going to come down like that. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just how I think about it, is that, like, I use what the market is doing as an answer, almost like you use your analysis as an answer. You're using this as a like, if it doesn't go your way, like if you're like, okay, it needs to bounce off this fair value gap because it's going to need to tap this level. If it just breaks through this level and it doesn't respect it, then this whole idea I had is completely wrong, and I know it's gonna need to go somewhere else. And look at, guys, look at what's happening. Okay, boom, it hit that level. Let's see now. Let's see what happens here. Did it get rejected? Let's see. I'm not taking this trade. I'm not taking it. Like I said, I just want to see the measurements of, okay, this would be 16, 15 pips at the bottom of this fair value gap, and this fair value gap most likely needs to get filled in because it never got filled up. Because like I say, look, it needs to get filled. So at some point, it's gonna need to fill this bottom little section of this fair value gap up. So if that's the case, this is the OTE entry. This was the push back down into this fair value gap to hit that off. So okay, well, let's see. Okay, it's the 15-minute. Okay, the 15-minute did it perfect. Exactly. Look at 15-minute CRT right here. This is going to close. The next one most likely is going to let's see. Did it happen? It did already happen in the model 1. Let me see, what candle would this be in? That would be that. Wait. Oh yeah, that would be that. That would be that. So this would be the OTE, I believe. Yeah, this would be the OTE, I think. Yeah, this would be the OTE. Wait, no, the OTE is either in the second or third. So actually, then that means this was the candle that did it. Okay, and then it's gonna close below, do it all over again. Yeah, it's looking like the 15 is going to CRT. Which also gives you this right here. Boom, boom. That's the SMT that they talk about. So the SMT is also showing, and it's also the SMT of that trade that we took, that little practice trade, which is exactly right here. So that is the SMT of that. So that's why that pushed so hard, because that was also the SMT, if you guys are familiar with the SMT stuff. Wow. Ooh. Let's see. But I'll keep in mind what you just said. Always appreciate the knowledge you share. Yeah, for sure, Humar. I appreciate you for stopping by. I'm just gonna get. Oh yeah, but yeah, I appreciate it. No worries, bro. I say, just keep an open mind. You know, don't ever think you're for sure right. Don't ever think you're wrong, and just see if you ever have to second guess yourself. One thing I've always taught myself is, if I've ever had to second guess myself, just don't take the trade. I should either be, oh, this is the one, even if I'm wrong, or nope, this is not the trade, even if I'm right. I need to just follow the plan. Make sure. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, my bad. I just had to get some water real quick. All right, yo, look, it's looking like that was the OTE entry after all. That was it. That was it. Damn, that would have been the trade right there. I know I should have got in. I'm not even mad. No, I'm not worried. It is what it is. And look at where it's filling it up. What is it filling up? You guys, think of this like a video game. Like, think of this as like a video game. Like, this is like a I don't know. This is like a power box or something. It needs to fill it up. It needs to fill it up. So that's why it targeted it. And look, it blew right through it. it took what it needed. Boom. The lows that broke the highs. This is the high. This is the lows that broke the high. So where do you think it's gonna react at? Probably right there, because these are the lows that broke the high. So this is the high, and these are the lows that belong to it. Broke these highs, so it's gonna take us to these lows. But I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe, hit that like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We got 19 people watching right now. 19 people watching. I appreciate that very much, y'all. I appreciate it. Can we get to 25 likes though? Let's get to 25 likes, and I'm gonna just keep streaming. And like I said, I wanted to take a trade, but I already kind of knew it's gonna be a little choppy. So there's really no point to try to squeeze out just something little if I don't really like have to try to get this little bitty move. You know, like obviously the moves that we kind of were playing out as practice trades worked out, but it's 10 pips is nothing to me. The way I see 10 pips is that because I don't use a big lot size. So for me, 10 pips is not like something that's gonna change my account. Obviously I'll take it, trust me. I'll take 10 pips all day. 100 times in a row is 100 pips or 1,000 pips, whatever, you know. So it happens. But what I'm saying is, since I have a smaller account, I try to take bigger trades in a sense. So if I know I could only catch 10 pips, even though I could try to catch that 10 pip, to me it's not really worth it to me, because if I'm only catching 10 pips, then I'm probably risking 10 pips, which ends up 1-to-1 RR is still fine. But it's just like at some point you just kind of have to make your own rules and decide how you want to be, what type of trader you want to be, you know. It's like, and the type of trader I've kind of told myself I'm trying to be like is taking 50 pip trades, 100 pip trades and stuff like that. So not that I have to do that, but it's just I want to be able to take those trades. So I also understand if I'm on Sunday right now, I'm only going to catch 20 pips, 10, 20 pips maybe. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's also like I kind of already know what to expect. So it's like what's good for this right now, though, for me right now, is to get in rhythm of this market because it's Sunday, and get ready for Monday and the week coming ahead. And this is what I'm saying is, once I understand which direction we're going, it's a wrap, because I could just we're cooking all day in the correct bias. That's the main thing, and that's what I'm saying is I'm waiting for this official bias to kind of get tapped. So if we start tapping here and and start pumping up, then I know for sure we're going to tap these levels, and then these are the levels that I think will be coming down again. So it's just like we're going to be preparing for something, and we're going to try to catch it at the top or try to catch it at the bottom. We're going to see how it goes, but yeah. Appreciate you guys all for watching though. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Leave a comment at all times. I'm always if you guys haven't followed my Instagram is in the description. Damn, look at that trade we would have took though. It was money on the, just give me my money. And look at where the bottom wick is at right here. Boom. Let's see, is there any fair value gaps that need to be filled? Look at this one. Well, this one filled it up, so technically no, not that one. But let's see, a higher time frame fair value gap that already been filled. Oh my goodness, bro, this thing is moving. Okay, so it's tapping, it's looking like it's going towards the CRT low 4 hour, but then this is that's a 4 hour CRT low. Oh, this is the 4 hour CRT low. That's something else. Oh yeah, that's something else. My bad. I don't know what that is. Oh, that was that low. Okay. Yeah, let me remove this. I don't need that. All right. So that's the CRT low right there. So yeah, we're gonna probably head towards the CRT low, but this is what I'm thinking too. It's making more sense now that this is going to get tapped. This fair value gap is going to get respected because this is the lows already. So what's kind of happening is that this is going to be like a double bottom. So this would be something here, and there's probably going to be something else here that will give us that double bottom idea. And I'm just basing that off of just understanding like this CRT low, there's two options. Obviously, there's either going to bounce or it's going to get rejected. So if it gets rejected at this level, then the next major area of a real reversal would be the previous lows. So even if we break here and then we start doing a move back up, all that will be a top wick to continue back down. So it's kind of like I said, you use your ideas of, damn, look at this thing, straight dump, bruh. Damn, we were right there too, bro. We were right there. Look at, okay, right here at this level, it's tapping it. Let's see what happens at this level. This is the entry that I talk about. Look at right at that level. Perfect. Look at, it's already up 6 pips just from the bounce alone. So let's just pretend that's going to do what it needs to do. Let's see. Let's see. Damn, that thing is. So what I'm thinking could happen though, the next candle is gonna need a maybe. It's there's only two options. It's gonna need to sweep these lows and go up, or it's going to just be a fake out to come back into the range, going back up, which will go back towards our idea of just breaking the high again. Let's see the 1 hour. Okay, look. Okay, look. Look. Okay, let's see if this happens again. Okay, like I said, there's two options. It's either gonna be a fake out, just go straight back up, or it's gonna do its little look, it's gonna do its close below like that, close back in, fair value gap, tap, then go back. But it's looking like I was saying, this is a fake out right here. So one thing I've noticed is that a lot of times it goes into a fake out. So maybe I might have missed a 42 or something that could have gave me a fake out. Let's see. Well, technically this would be a 42 right here on the 15-minute, because the break of the third candle signals direction. That signaled down, so that would signal down. So once you go below here, your first previous low would be, let's see the 3-minute. First previous low is exactly right here. So it'd be, yeah, the first previous low. Okay, that'll be there. So it'd be, let's see, first previous low right here. So that means it might even be, yeah, it might be that. I think it might go all the way back up to this yellow line right here. Watch. Let's see what happens, because the reason why is like I said, it's a fake out. So what happens is, when I understand the way I do like my 42 thing, is that it signals a fake out at the previous low. If the previous low is here, that means the fake out is there. That means the next candle has to go all the way back into the range again to say that was a fake out. If it doesn't go back in the range, then it's not a fake out. It's a CRT, which will end up probably being a 3-piece, which will probably sweep these lows if it's not. But this is what I'm saying, is the 42 tells me fake out. So if that ends up being a fake out, then that means this candle needs to close back up in that range, which this 5-minute closes in 2 minutes, but you have the 15-minute that has 12 minutes. So I'm wondering if the 15 could be where the fake out's at, because also the 42 is also on the 15. So I'm wondering if that could also be something. Let's see. And look, it does the same thing. CRT idea, come here, sweep its highs, come back, probably come back down. Or no, wait, oops. All right, let's see something real quick. Dang, that thing tapped exactly where we wanted it though, too, perfectly to the T. Exactly. How did we know that? And look at from the trade where we would have taken it at, way up there, it would have been 75 pips. Damn it. And I say you can't trade on Sundays like that. Nah. But it's pretty much it's the same idea though. It's like you're obviously never gonna, I mean not never, but it's like you're not gonna always get that perfect wick entry unless you're taking my type of setups, but that's something different. Nah, but that's my goal though, is to be able to take these setups, not have to, like if I'm wrong, it'll only be a little bit of pips. If I'm right, it'll be a lot of pips. All right, let's see. Close below. All right, let's see how this happens. Let's see if we get a close below. Okay, we're gonna want to close below. Then the next candle is gonna need a close inside of it. It's gonna need a close inside. So look, that's red. That's green, and that's gonna have to close back inside. And then you're gonna have to get then the next candle is gonna have to turn green. And then once you get a red candle, you're going to get the fair value gap again. And then this is where you're going to be wanting to take that tap, which will be a green candle. And then hopefully make our way back up to at least here. So it technically just swept it though. It just did a sweep perfectly. It closed below. Okay, there it goes. It's going to start pushing up right here. I think it's going to push up from right here. And if it does this little model 1, then it's going to make sense. It's just going to, let's see, model 1. It hadn't did it yet. So this is going to be model, yeah, this is going to be model 1 in model, this is going to be the model 1 in model 1. Yeah, it's going to be the model 1 in candle 3. So yeah, it technically didn't close back below though. So what we want to see though is this green candle to close below. Unless this might have been okay. We're gonna see right now though. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, it's either it needed to tap this key level or it needed to break the lows. But then, so okay, now we're back at the 4-hour CRT low. Okay, we just tapped it. We just broke that level. Okay, so look, okay, this is the candle that closed. Okay, so like maybe it might be this one now. It might be this one now. Because which will also consider, that means the next 15 is going to do its top wick somewhere, wherever this fair value gap is at. Okay, look, like exactly. We broke the high. I mean, maybe let me make sure this is even the damn high, which was, well, that would be something though. I believe that would be something. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, look, it just did it. It closed below. I mean, it closed above. So it's going to need to create a fair value gap right now. It's going to need to create a fair value gap. And in that fair value gap is where most likely, I don't think, what I'm trying to figure out though is that if this is it, then that will probably prove that means the next 15. So the 15, so in 7 minutes, so there's still going to be 7 more candles. So that means there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by the time this fair value gaps gets hit. It's going to need to happen within 7 candles because it's going to be the 15-minute candle. It might even be before, but I'm thinking it's either the last 10 minutes or the first 10 minutes. So that means, so there's 7 plus 10, so there's 17 minutes actually. Let's see right here. Okay, look, it created the fair value gap. Now let's see if this area gets tapped. So this was the same play that happened up there to go all the way down. So let's see if it ends up happening right here now. So what you would want to, but this is where I'm going to say too, is that if it blows through this low right here, then this whole idea is invalid, because this should just tap this area and it shouldn't break these lows, because this should signal the direction you're going to go in. But also what I was saying though is that I'm wondering if this needs to be if this needs to be tapped. But then this is what I was saying, is that the 15 minute is going to open up right now, and I think the 15 is going to give you the which is also the key level here. Yeah. So let's see the 30 minute. No. Well, then maybe the 30 minute might have a fake out. I'm trying to think. Let's see. All right, let's see what happens here at this level. Okay, this fair value gap just got tapped. If it blows through it, then it's not valid. If it holds it, then it is valid. So look, at this is the level that we would want to be watching right now. Right there at that level, it's reacting exactly how we would want it. Boom. Let's see where that would be. 10 pips. 10 pips already. I already hit 10 pips. Damn, that would have been money right there. Easy money, yo. That's why I say you could do this all day. I got 55 pips off that drop. Damn, nice, bro. Nice. Then it goes back to this level right here, where this is where I think it's going to need a head then, because this would be that key level back into that range. Good job though, Clark. That's what's up. Ooh, see it blowing right through it. Let's see if it holds it though. Let's see if it holds it. The one thing is, like we say, is that this 15 minute might need to open up still, and depending, we're gonna, well, actually something right now, look, something right now, I'm gonna learn something right now off of this setup right here. This is gonna tell me something, because I understand that way the next 15 minute needs to open, it's either gonna need to create a opening, a bottom wick where the opening of this candle is at, or the close of this candle, or the wick of it. So there's going to be two options that it's going to have where to take a trade at. Is going to be either here or here. But what's most likely going to happen is that you're going to, because the model 1 already showed up, like we were just saying, look at this was that fair value gap area that should hold. I don't see, I mean, it is kind of, it did do a little quick pullback for a little bit, but I'm wondering how it only went 6 pips though, which is actually a good thing. So now it's starting to push. But what I'm saying though is that, okay, so what happens is, like I say, this third candle is either going to need to make a bottom wick or just start pushing up. But from what I learned just recently is understanding how far this third wick needs to go. Does the third wick need to make a long bottom wick, or does it just make a small one and then just start pushing straight up? So this is going to be important. They say when the model 1 shows up in candle 2, the third candle just opens up and it takes off. Whereas in the if it didn't have the model 1, which was the little trade that the idea that we took, if it didn't take that, then it would be in the candle 3, which will mean the candle 3 will need to come lower for a bottom wick. But since it already happened, I think this is going to be the one. We'll see right now if it opens up and it just takes off right after that. But yeah, that's my idea about understanding like the whole CRT and stuff like that. If you guys do CRT, I mean, not that you have to do it, but it's just kind of the way I trade, and it's not even like CRT is even like, I always say this a lot, is that CRT is not even like the strategy. It just teaches you how to read price action, and that's how you learn to trade. It's just by knowing how to read price action. So that's why I say too is like we're gonna see right now. So like I would say, okay, the 15 is about to close. So let's see right now. Let's see what happens with this 15 minute right now. This 15 minute is either gonna wick way low. Well, this 15 needs to close above this dotted line anyways. If it doesn't, then this whole idea of what I'm talking about is not even valid anymore, because it needs to close inside of this range right here. This ends up becoming the range. This needs to close above it. So let's just make sure it closes above this range in 30 seconds. We're gonna see right now. But yeah, you guys got any questions, let me know. I'm waiting till tomorrow though. I'm really like I said, I wanted to take it a little easy today. I didn't want to go too crazy today trying to over trade and mess up my whole week. Excuse me. I'm trying to take it a little easy. Fluidity. Think we need to sweep the H-hour lows, bottom wick, and go up. The one thing that I say about that is definitely true. Yeah, like I say, there was kind of two options that, oh, actually this is a CRT, looks like also up. This closed below, boom. Then that would explain why this play is not gonna work. So you wouldn't want to be in this trade no more, or it would already be break even at this point. Yeah, because now that's saying it's lower. It's not. It went lower than what we were looking for. That's not what we want anymore. So now, if I were to suggest, it's gonna come down for sure. Now that I see the 4-hour, it makes sense. This was the CRT on the 4-hour to come down, which is explaining why, like I said, why that trade idea was most likely probably not going to be valid, because once it breaks these that fair value gap, it's letting you know it needs to go probably lower than that, because that should have been the bottom. So once that's not the bottom, then this whole idea of, oh, it needs to bounce here to go up, that it's not valid no more. So that means now this most likely is just going to come down. But now that I see the CRT, it makes sense. Yeah, everything's coming down for that. And there's this bottom wick, and like how we're saying, okay, so look, there was the CRT low, which is already here. We could possibly be close. I've seen this happen before. A lot of times what happens is like, okay, so the way I like when I draw this trade out, like this is how I notice the perfect type of trade. When it comes down like this and it goes up like that, where it doesn't even get close to your entry. It does, like, it hits the 5-minute fair value gap, and you already know it's the yeah, it's gonna go down. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down. But I'm just saying, because like I said, is that once that area gets broken, that lets you know pretty much that whole idea of whatever I thought I was taking is not the same idea anymore. But yeah, but fluidity, this is also what I was trying to say too, is that I have quite a bit of lines right here. Let me get rid of these. This was kind of valid too. This one, okay. So, so look, There was this was the daily close. This dotted line here at the bottom, there's a daily close right here. Let me get rid of these lines too. It's a lot right here. It's a lot going on. I don't really need this stuff no more. Oh, that did CRT right there though too. The 1 hour right at that level. Damn. Two hour, yeah, that's still. The bottom of it is down here, so this would be the bottom of it. Oh yeah, let me get back to what I was saying is that, look. Okay. So look. Okay, so this daily close is this bottom wick right here. The daily close was that bottom wick right here. Boom. That closed below. So that means at some point we need lower prices. So I know at some point we need lower prices. So what is actually happening, I kind of thought we were going to come up here, grab these to hit these lower prices, but it's looking like we're instead we started down to grab these lower prices to swoop back up. And then I believe on Wednesday, hey yo, check this out. I'm not saying I have it figured out or anything, but this is my idea of what I think is going to happen now. It makes sense. I had two ideas. The first one was that we were going to come up here, come down, and then go up like that. But it's looking like we're coming down. So what's going to happen is that Wednesday, Thursday is where the bottom is going to be at. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is this is going to hit these levels. Then it's going to start coming up all week. And then all week on Wednesday or Thursday, at some point, it's going to come for the real reversal down, I believe. Like, this move is just like a continuation. So even if this does come up and breaks this on a higher time frame, I believe it's just like a continuation. If it does, it might not even go that high either. It might just come here or something and then continue down. But what I was thinking though is that and it's gonna depend on the day. Yo, Spectro, what up, bro? It's gonna depend on the day. So let's say we're right here on Tuesday. I already kind of know that's not the move because it's usually on a Thursday. So let's say we're over here on Thursday, then I know, okay, let's start getting ready. This is most likely the area, especially if it's a previous high or something that we need to break. But let me see. Is there actually higher prices than that? Oh no, that is the highest price. 25.30 is the highest price. But yeah, that's what I was thinking is gonna happen is that yeah, see, that's where I was saying is that it most likely needs to go down. So look at guys, I use my own model of knowing, okay, this is where it's gonna bounce at, and look at what ended up happening. You did get a bounce, but that's why I say is that if these are my lows and that's where my stops would be at, that's where my stops need to be at, because if it breaks that, it lets me know that my idea is not the correct idea, and I could almost most likely jump on the trend going the other way. So I could jump on here and take the sell, because I could almost say just because my model failed that it's not the move that it's going to go up. So if this model fails at the key level that I thought was it, all that tells me is just the opposite of what my trade is, and then it's just a continuation of going lower. And then it goes back into like the idea of what I had earlier, is that, like I said, that this is the daily close. So we just got below the daily close. Now we're going to go to the previous daily low, which is going to be here. So look, now we just tapped that previous daily low. So now what I think is going to need to happen though is going to be this fair value gap right here that might need to be tapped. So what's going to happen is it's going to come down here, I think, before it wants to move. But even if it starts to come up, this is not going to be the move that's going to go all the way back up to all-time highs, because it's Sunday, Monday, or whatever it's going to do. So I think just because this is a key level like a daily, it's still going to react there, get a little bounce, and then you're probably going to eventually need to come back down here. Because the reason why I say is I think this is where the next trade is going to be at. If it does, let's say we're down here on Wednesday or Thursday, this is where I think the move could be at. So Wednesday, Thursday will be the key level. Chuck Basher, Cheek Basher is in the house. Hey, yo. All right, so look, we got that now. Damn, imagine we would have held that trade from the top up here. Damn, we would have been on tonight. Damn, 110 pips. Damn, I surprised myself, bro. I didn't even think I could have did that. PDL and PWL low tapped. PDL, spell it out. I know what you, it's liquidity, right? I just, what's the first two words? I can't remember what exactly, but I know, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Damn, this thing already bounced back up 20 pips. Boom. And look at what happened right at that level, guys. Look at right at that level. Exactly what we want. Boom. Wick below, close above, higher prices. That'll be your quick little 20 pipper. Previous day low, week low. Okay, yeah, duh. My bad. Yeah, that's what you meant. That's what I meant. Yeah. No, yeah. Bro, there's so many what are they called? What do they call them when you put just the letters and not spell it out? There's a lot of them. I have so many. I thought it was actually something about liquidity, but no, it makes sense. Bought after that tap. You bought after that tap? Damn. How'd you know to buy at that level, Spectral? Would you know? What let you know? Just buy off of the previous day low, previous week low type thing? That's what's up, though. Nice, nice. All right, so look, it's looking like we might have tapped liquidity up. And look, it's looking like we tapped that level. Yeah, that's exactly the level I was definitely looking at. The one thing, though, that I've learned, though, look at this is just, I'm not telling anybody's right or wrong or anything. The thing that I've learned, though, is that, and the reason, but this is why, too, today's Sunday. So a lot of weird things happen on Sunday that won't usually happen, which is, I didn't think that this was going to move that much. But the idea, though, is understanding that, like the way I understand like how I'm able to get to the wick entry sometimes is knowing like what I've seen happen is that at my key levels, which are these key levels, it might get a reaction, but it'll be almost something like this where the reaction is not a real reaction. So even if you do get a bounce here, it won't be the one that goes all the way to the top probably, because it might need to come a little bit lower. One thing I've noticed, though, like I say, this is something that I do on my own, like trading. This is how I do things, is that when I see a key level get tapped, I always go and target the first order block or the first fair value gap in those areas that are right below that. So if these are the daily lows and this is the previous day lows and stuff, I'm just going to go off of, look at the, this is the previous day lows, and like, look at the first fair value gap is this 15-minute one, and the order block is this bottom line down here. So it's where I'm kind of getting to the point is it's gonna be one of these, I believe, and maybe even the top. It could even be the top or the bottom. But this is the thing, is this is the one that broke the lows before it moved up. So what happens is I believe this could be the order block right here, or that fair value gap. But what I think could happen is a lot of times it goes to the 50% of that order block. So it would need to be this line right here, I think, which would also be that. Okay, so this is the 50%. I'm gonna just type in 50%. And I just mentioned it so you, like I say, take a look into it. Just look into it and just just see what happens when if that's not the wick entry. The way I say it is that if that entry is not the wick entry, it's because there's a different key level that you have to target. So yeah. No, and the thing is though too is that this previous low, this was just a candle low. So this was the daily low, and then like I said, this one technically never tapped that low. So it going up never, it, that's kind of why too I knew at some point it needed to come down. So this was a low that needed to be tapped, but since it's Sunday, it's probably just gonna do like kind of just like that. I think some kind of weird crap, but that's why I say though the thing is though is that the way I think about it is they're not gonna make it easy for us. So every time there's a support line, they're gonna make it bounce. It might bounce, but the thing is that's why I've came to realize a lot of the times it's these lower entries because of the fact that every time that I would take a trade right here, I would like get clapped or something or break even. I would figure out, like, you get in here and then it ends up going down a little bit and then you end up being right. So it's either you're able to hold the drawdown through it, or you just wait till the actual entry. And that's just the information I've came up with, of just kind of understanding that every time where you think you would take your trade at a key level, it's usually like the first order block or the first fair value gap underneath it and stuff like that. And if this one doesn't, this one also just closed below the daily, the previous daily low. So this just closed below the previous daily low and tapped the previous range low also. Previous daily low also. Yeah, so it was the previous daily low is what you tapped. But what I'm saying is it closed below it now. So look, if this candle probably flips bearish, I think it could, like I said, it could probably start targeting these levels over here. Let's see. What's good, Mugs? What up, bro? I took 16 pips off the bounce off yesterday low and DXY rejection off the true first bounce. Normally I see it in Doug's second bounce is the real move. Yeah. Let's see. And this hourly is about to close right now. And well, no, actually, never mind. It's 43 minutes. I was looking at the 30-minute. The 30 minutes closing in 15 minutes, so, or 13 minutes. So when this if this 30-minute closes below here, what that will signal is lower prices. So at some point, you before we do come up, I think we need to at least break that before coming up, but which will also say we need to go a little bit lower. And the thing is though, also understanding how I trade and the type of entries I get in is that it's not going to just reverse in the middle of nowhere. The reversals have to happen at key levels. So if it does start coming down here, it's not just going to reverse randomly because it decided, oh, that's the key level. It's going to choose a previous low, which is either this low or one of these lows, which goes back to the part of, that's why I say is like when it starts to target these lows, it doesn't target just the very, very bottom of the low of these. What happens is that is the area, but it usually, you know, it wicks down a little bit, and the wicks down is where I figured the wicks down are the ones that usually tap into these like I said, previous fair value gaps or order blocks right below the key levels. And a lot of the time you could even say like this is an order block right here, 15-minute fair value gap, actually 15-minute FVG is that, look, this order block right here, which is this red candle, That is like, look at, this is the low of that order block. And look at what shows up right underneath that order block, which is this fair value gap right here. Boom. So that's why I say is that if that ends up being the correct order block, then it's usually the first fair value gap underneath the order block. And that's on the 30-minute actually though. So that's the 30-minute. That might be a little bit bigger, but that's the idea of what I'm pretty much trying to say though, is that, ooh, okay, let's see. It is bouncing though. Okay, it is kind of faking out. I'm wondering if it could be a fake out too back into the range on this higher time frame. Look at this 15-minute. Remember earlier I kind of thought this was going to be the fake out. I'm wondering if this is the actual fake out right here. Yeah, so it tapped that, tapped that. Took buys just now. That's a J-Lo that needs to be tapped. Hee hee. Just took a buy. Oh, Fluidity took a buy, man. It's pumping, then. It's pumping. That's a nice. Only thing is that this signals lower prices. So at some point you still need to most likely create a lower price. So let's see on the 30-minute. If it closes like this in 9 minutes, that's also going to signal lower prices. So if you do get a push up, it's most likely going to be a top wick. So it could fill in these lower prices that it needs to fill in. So that's one of those things. And it goes back into like the Sunday idea that it's not just going to run all the way back. I mean, I didn't think this one would run, but it still did. But the idea that it did just run, now it's not just going to keep running back and forth, you know. So it might have used up a lot of its juice. Now we might need to wait till London or something. And the time is also important. This is why I say it's important. It's 7:20 where I'm at, but in the next hour and 40 minutes it'll be 9 o'clock. So a lot of times that's also the 4-hour close. So how this 4-hour closes is also going to be important, because what if this 4-hour ends up wicking up and closes above this range? That will also kind of signal higher prices. Well, technically it'll signal lower prices because it'll be below this one, but overall in this range, I bet you if I go to the 8-hour, you'll probably see something different too. Okay, here, look at, now you see an 8-hour CRT idea too, where that actually is a good idea for those buys too. Now I'm thinking about it, look, it did CRT, but that also means that the next 8-hour candle most likely is going to wick down and then come up. So it's going to just depend on a few things also. But yeah, no, it's looking good, looking pretty good. Oh, and look, this is the 42 idea. I'm wondering if this is we're gonna see right now what happens though. It usually breaks the break of the high, it said, but I've been noticing sometimes when if it's not the correct bias, the 42 doesn't go the direction it's supposed to go, which is if this breaks the third candle direction, either the high or low, it usually goes in that direction. But this just broke the high. If it ends up going lower, then this is telling me that this bias is not up. The bias is still down, which is going back into kind of my idea of these might need to be tapped down here. But that's why this could always flip and still turn bullish. But that's also a thing too. Like I said, I use my 42 idea as almost like a counter thing. So if a 42 idea doesn't work out, that's because certain things need to happen. Then if it doesn't happen that way, then that means it's the total opposite way. It's not going the direction I thought it was, because that's not the correct bias. So at the end of the day, we're going to find out right now which way this next candle pretty much starts to flip, if it starts to push up or what. But like I say, the 42 signals up right now. So, but even if it were to go up, what it signals is a fake out. So where it signals the fake out is usually the previous low. So if it ends up going back to the previous low, I mean the previous high, because the signal will be up. So if it's signaling up, then that means it goes to the previous high, which will be here. And this is where you'll see a fake out at. And if you see the fake out, that just means you're going back into the range to go back targeting the lows again, which is going back to the idea of that this 30-minute candle right here, or this 5-minute candle right here, signal lower prices because you had a closure below this candle. That means at some point this candle needs to be swept. So it could also be swept right now by this current candle. If this candle right here does like a 3-piece idea, because if this candle breaks the low and flips, then that will signal a 3-piece idea, which will also signal we need to come back to these highs, most likely at least, which would also kind of give more of a conviction that it does need to go up to these highs to make a fake out so it could continue back down. The 4-hour candle that just closed is basically the first support for the week, so we need to go up to create our first 4-hour resistance for the week. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That makes sense. Yeah, that first 4-hour candle, that's the previous. Well, no, but this is the thing though, is that there's only 2 4-hour candles that have been opened, which is this candle right here, and this candle closed bearish, and this signaled lower prices. So that signaled bearish right there, which is also explaining why we also created lower prices now. So now we created the lower prices. Where this 4-hour candle closes is also going to signal where the next direction should head. So if this closes below this previous candle, this is also going to signal lower prices. So possibly at some point. But then again, like I say, look, if we start closing above this daily because obviously a 4-hour is a bigger time frame, so where a 4-hour closes will also matter more than, you know, a 1 hour or 15. So if this 4-hour closes below this line, then it's signaling below the previous lows. But even if it closes below this candle, what it's still signaling is it's gonna need to make a bottom wick below this, and it's gonna need a sweep below to go up. But if it ends up closing also inside of this range, it's kind of like it already tapped the top of the range and now it tapped the bottom. If it stays inside of this range, now it needs to go back up. So we're going to see how these candles start closing right now and start figuring that out. And really just try to... This is the only reason why, like I say, guys, if you guys take this same trade any other day, it fucking bounces. Like I would say, if you take this trade Wednesday or Thursday, the same idea, same principle, it bounces and goes straight up to TP. But the reason why it's kind of just doing this stuff is because it's also Sunday, and then it's also could possibly be not the correct bias. So if, like, I mean, if the way we're thinking about it, look, if this is all signaling down, we took the buy, then that means this would need to be the bottom. But what happens a lot of times is, like I say, they're not going to make it easy for you. When you think this is the bottom, it ends up breaking it. And then it ends up going like that. And then what ends up happening sometimes too is this might not even be the bottom. And then it does it one more time. And then it's like I said, it took everybody out by then, you know. So it just kind of depends on the time also. Like I say, the day, today's Sunday, is just a weird day. You're not going to really be able to like, I mean, we were on stream just cooking this up because I've been back testing this Model 1 thing that I've been working on, and I think I got it down now because I literally just did it live right now. And so it was like, that's what I'm saying, is that's what kind of gives me the idea though, is the fact that that Model 1 shows up right here. What that tells me is that, yeah, we are going to fill up the range, and that's what most likely was going to come. And the Model 1 might just mean, though, it might need to go to the previous lows also, which would also, that's what I was saying, it would be these levels down here. You see that right there. 15. And also too, if you guys don't understand, look at, now we're coming back down. Okay, so look, that's why I was kind of that's what I was kind of saying. See that that top wick was just the top wick for liquidity. And if I go to a smaller time frame, look, it does the same thing. It just did a CRT on the 5-minute, which is this candle right here. It broke the high, and it closed below, signaling lower prices, and then the lower price was right here, and that's where we ended up getting lower prices with this also going to the bottom of the range of this first candle, sweeping the lows of here. So now what it's doing now is just swept the lows. Now it might need to go sweep the highs the same way this candle swept the highs. Now it swept the lows, and now it just might kind of do a little ranging kind of an idea, get bigger and bigger as it goes. But that's the idea, is that now that it's sweeping lows, it might need to, because look, this top wick isn't a good sign, because that means that's the bigger the top wick, the more liquidity we grabbed from above. So if we start closing below this wick, also the previous wick, then it's also going to signal lower prices, which means the lower price will be before that candle, and then the next candle most likely will need to go lower before going up. And then I also say too, is this flip right here at a key level? This is a key level, which is the daily, like we were talking about, but it goes back to the part of all the back testing and things that I've done, that I've realized when you have a key level, that is not the actual wick entry. The key level is a few stops below that, which is usually, I always figure it out by the first fair value gap or order block in that direction. So this is the key level. The first fair value gap or order block is in this area right here, and then look at where it's going to probably start heading. So that's where we're probably going to see a bounce at, and that's where I'm kind of saying that will also be, technically it will be a key level on the 1 hour. So if you guys also think about it, is that is going to be this level on the 1 hour. So even if we do come up, that still might not be the real move, because if you kind of think about it, this whole thing is the range right here. So if this is the range, this might just be eternal liquidity kind of a thing, to where if it does bounce up, it only goes so high before targeting the real lows, because the real lows are going to be possibly down here. So if it kind of goes back though to the thing though, is that what day the reversals always happen on. If you go right here, look, this top right here, Thursday. This top right here is Tuesday, but technically that's not the move that went lower. Look at the low, we broke it. So this was the reversal of the move that went up like that. So this was the reversal because we broke that low. That's why I say too, is that the highs that broke the lows. So look, this was the highs. I mean, yeah, the highs, or no, the lows that broke the highs. So this is the lows that connect to the highs that broke this high. So this is the lows. So when we broke those highs, look at where we targeted. Those same lows is where we targeted, and now we swept those lows. Might need to come back up, but it goes back to the part of it. It's Sunday, so we're gonna wait till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're gonna target these lows. And this might be where we take our a real reversal trade that might go for a whole week type of thing. It might sweep right here, and then it does all these things and comes back down one time, and then targets that high, which is where we're kind of targeting. So yeah, let me see something real quick. All right, so it signaled, let's see where the 30-minute closed. The 30-minute closed below, and it already created the lower prices. So technically opening up with the bottom wick signals lower prices already. Once it flips bullish, now it's back inside of this range. So we're bullish until we go back bearish outside of this range again. So it'll be pretty much maybe targeting the 50% for an onion play to probably continue back down lower. Because also, like I say, is that the reversals only happen at key levels. If you want to ask yourself, was this the real reversal? How key of a level is that? There is this low right here, but on a higher time frame, it is that low. But look at, when I go to a 2 hour, it is that low. Okay, let's go to a 4 hour. That's when these lows, it's that low. But if you look to the left, it's still eternal liquidity, because this low right here is still inside of this whole move right here. So this is the whole move, and we're still bouncing inside of it. So in order for this to be the real reversal around, it's going to have to go above it or below it. So all of these moves inside of it could just be a continuation of this move up, which is why it's not coming down like that all the way lower. But that's why I'm saying is that at some point at a key level where this might not be the key level, because look at on a 4 hour, there is that low, but it's also eternal. So at some point, this might just be a move to go up like this. And then at some point, we might need more liquidity so we could target this low, which will also be a reason why we would need to go back up again. But yeah, so like, and like I said, this thing happens over and over. It just breaks the low and it flips. But the thing is that's not at a key level, and it's not on a higher enough time frame that will give me any reason to think it. So on an hour, if this hourly closes anywhere below this yellow line, what that signals is at some point we're gonna need lower prices. So at some point we're gonna need to break that and then flip. And if these are our key levels, I need to look into it once we start getting a little closer, how they start closing at these levels. I don't know exactly which one it is, but we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna see how it closes. We're gonna see what levels get tapped, and we're gonna I'm gonna write it down for me. But like I say, the reason why I do that is also for the reason that I could know for next time. So when I'm setting up my line, I'm like, okay, where should this support be at? Where should this be at? I'll know for next time. Oh, okay, it was at the first fair value gap. It was at the first order block. But every single time, it's like you got to find the correct order block also, you know. So it's a few different things. It's always different things. But oh, what the hell? Put that back on. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching though. If you guys don't mind, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. We got 24 people watching. I appreciate you guys all for watching. We do stream every single day. If you guys could get the stream up to 25 likes before the next hourly close, so you guys got about 25 minutes. If you guys could get this next hourly close to about 25 likes, I'll stay on for a little while longer, for 2 more hours or something. But like I said, just try to hit that like button for me so I can stay on. Like I said, what I'm mainly trying to do right now, I'm trying to find my bias and all my correct stuff. So what I think is going to happen is that it is going to hit these lows on Wednesday or Thursday. So it might not even come to these lows yet. If anything, this 4 hour might close like that. It might wick just enough, and then it might start coming back up, getting ready for like Wednesday or Thursday, and then it's going to do whatever it needs to do. But like I say, wait for Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday are always the days that it does a reverse. So, yo, you gang, if anyone smut you up in them, I'm on them, bro. I got you, my boy. Good shit, Bugs. Preach, homie. This guy's on to something. Haha, appreciate it, Ethan. Yeah, man, it's just like I just read price action. That's what I try to do. Like I said, is like I'm not teaching nobody any kind of strategy or any kind of anything. I'm just pretty much teaching you what I know about price action, and that's how I read. This is how I read price action, you know. So one of the, like I said, it's just one of those ways I've learned to read price action. But it comes from doing thousands and thousands of examples. Like every single time, like I would tell myself, okay, a close below, let's see what happens. But you guys have to remember, it's not just on one time frame. You have to go through all of these time frames, because it might say something different. On the 4 hour, it might say lower prices, but on the 5 minute, it says higher prices like this. So that means at some point you're going to need to make a higher price and a lower price. But which one comes first? That's where the trial and error comes in, to know which one is going to come first. When you have a 5 minute higher time frame, higher price, and then you have a 4 hour lower price, which one's going to come first? That's where I say is the examples of repetition and and practice ideas. Like, you don't have to always put your money on the line and say, okay, this is it. Like, I take a lot of practice trades in my head before I even take my real trade. And the reason why I take my real trade is, if you think about it, if you guys were here earlier for stream, we had this marked up for a sale perfectly, exactly at that level, to the damn pip. But I didn't take it. But it was just more or less of a, like, I was doing all of these ideas. I had idea, and then at some point I finally came to the conclusion that I seen this, and that's where, like I said, is this. It took me a few ideas before I actually found the correct idea. But once one idea lined up, then all the ideas after that started lining up. And then that's where I'm saying is, like, you just gotta you gotta practice it. And it's not just one time frame. You have to realize all of these time frames are all together. This is what you guys need to realize. Okay, look, I'm gonna display it. The best way to display it is on a daily time frame, because you guys could see it better like this. So look, for instance, I'm gonna put a line right here. Look, this is one candle, two candles, three candles. I'm gonna put a high right there, a boom right there, right? Look. So, and it's just three candles. I don't want anything after that, or maybe let's do four, because this fills the range right here. So it'll be these four candles right here. So look. So think. Okay, you see three candles, four candles right here, right? You see the four candles, and you're like, man, I can't just trade four candles. I need to look left. I need to look right. I need to look, what's the high, what's the low, this and that. But this is what I'm trying to show you guys, that you guys need to understand. This is the most important part. I think most traders can't see this visually and even in their head, that you're trading, when you're trading for the day on your NY session. This is the daily candle. This is 4 days worth of information. So that means your one New York session is somewhere right here. One New York session is here. One New York session is here. One New York session is here. So you're literally taking 4 sessions in this little box of 4 candles. So what you need to be able to visualize this is that, look at how I covered this box. Look at how I drew the box. Look at how I drew the box, right? I circled those 3 candles. Now go to the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour now. Or let's go to the 15. Make it a little bit bigger, more range. Look, it's inside of those same 3 candles. But look. Look, this is the high. We swept the high. This is the low. We targeted the low. That is what you guys need to be able to see visually. That's where I think a lot of the problem happened, is that you guys are trying to trade this as a pattern or something, and not understand that the daily candle is the range that you're trading. Like, each candle is a range. And that's what I'm saying, is that each candle is a range, meaning this is what you're trading. All of this other stuff on the daily, in reality, doesn't really matter. Like a key level somewhere over here would matter, yes. Like a previous high or something like that would matter, yes. But what I'm saying though is that when you're trading this level right here, all I needed really was this level to be broken, and then this actual candle, this green candle right here, to get broken as the high with the second red candle. So once this red candle broke the high, that lets you know that broke on a higher time frame, which is a daily time frame. So it broke all of the highs all day. It made the whole day. So all day, every day, it made every high it made. It just took it out in this one daily candle. And that's where I'm saying though, is that you need to be able to understand that when you're trading the 3 candles, or like the daily candle, this is all you're trading right here. This is 4 days of candles right here. So you're taking 4 days of trades in all of this. But that's what I'm trying to tell you though, is that even on a 4 hour time frame, it's the same exact thing. It's the same thing, is that on a 4 hour. Now let's go to a 4 hour. But remember, a daily candle is not going to be the same size as a 4 hour candle. So a 4 hour candle is going to be bigger. So look at right here. Let's just do it right here. Boom, boom. That's the candle range. This is a 4 hour range. So what you end up trying to, a lot of people start doing is that they try to trade this as like, but like I say, you need to choose a time frame, because if you're trading the 4 hour, then that means the 3 candles that you're trading is like you're trading daily candles. So you're trading like a daily range to make up those 4 hour range. So when you're trading this 4 hour range right here, that's inside of a daily candle, or let's even say maybe a weekly candle or something. So the higher the time frame, the bigger these 3 candles would be. And that's what I'm just trying to point out, though, is that you need to be able to see that you're trading like that. It's all the same chart. Like a lot of people try to ask me for a holy grail. Like this is like, what time frame should I use? But it's like there is no correct time frame, because they're all the same time frame. In reality, it's like they're all going the same way. They all hit 0. They all hit 1 minute at the same time. It's like it's all the same clock at the end of the day. So that's just what I say is about that. It's just, it's a lot to it, man. There's a lot to it. It's a lot of like I say, it's a lot. Time is a big thing, not just price, because in reality, who cares about what the price is doing? Nobody cares about what dollar amount this is. What matters is the support, is the resistance, is the sweep of the low, is the sweep of the high. Is like, it don't matter about, like I said, about the price. I could care less about the price. I could trade it without price because of that. So that's why I say it's like you just need to be trading the candles and stuff. And remember when Raja was messing with Don, I was trolling Raja, got him with, oh yeah, mugs. That was hella funny, bro. I missed that, man. That was good. That was a good times back then. That was good times back then, though. I mean, I hate Roger, man. I'm gonna say that now, man. Roger be talking, he be talking too much, man. I don't hate him like bad. I just say it as like, he ain't nothing, bro. He could barely trade, bro. He might have more money than me, but I bet you I could probably trade better than him already. Dude trades like he never, like he's never heard of anything other than support and resistance, you know. Raja is a L trader. Let me just say that. If you follow Raja, you're going to get led into a ditch. Let me just tell you that. That's why he teaches his students that way. So that way he can make money on his Domino's pizza market. That's why he wishes he was Don. That's why he picks on Don. That's why he tries to always talk about Don, because he wishes he had Don's clout. He wishes he had Don's personality. He wishes he traded like Don, you know. That's just it. When I see him hate on, I was like, man, all right, man. I used to just deal with him because of Don, like, you know, it was a joking, but now it's like, yeah, he's trying to cut deep. So it's like, all right, I got you, my boy, I got you. Can't wait till he replies to me and lets me say what I gotta say to him. For sure, bro. I told Don, give me and my little cousin in person mentorship with him, and we'll have all good, bro. We're gonna catch. Nah, yeah, I know you're joking, but that's funny, bro. Motherfucker, 15-year-old, man, he like 20 years older than Don. That Roger's an old fart, old head ass. Big old head. He's one of the ghosts though, bro. Like bigger picture, but he is ass. I see what you're saying, bro. But you know what I mean. MJ gets passed up. You know what I mean. Yeezy jumps over Jumpman. You know what I mean. People get passed up, and you gotta accept that you get passed up. You can't hold the torch forever. Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out at one point, and then eventually he had to step down, you know. He was the baddest person in the world. Everybody has their time. So Roger's time is past. He's already stuck he's stuck how he trades. He's never going to evolve. He's going to just keep doing what he's doing, living off of commissions. That's all he's going to do, bro. He's not going to do nothing, bro. He's already who he is, bro. He's not going to change. He's not going to be a better person. He ain't nothing, man. That's why I say he could barely even trade, bro. Bro got like a 40% win rate. Trading on his own broker. Come on, man. Home court advantage. Come on. Talk about scam. But nah, yeah, I feel it, bro. It's all good. I shouldn't even care about that, but I just, like I said, can't be clowning on my boy like that. Let's switch up the vibes. Let's turn this up. Let's turn this up.
I ain't fucking with that bitch no more when he ain't care, nigga. You can't even fit inside my shoes cause you weren't there, nigga. I ain't fucking with them licks no more, could get it out of hoes. I can send it to your zone. I can send it to your home. Niggas gotta
Hey. All right, man. Let's see how many likes we got. I did say 8 o'clock, so let's see. We got. Let's see. We got 18 people watching. They wasn't feeling that rant. Nah, I'm playing. I don't care, bro. We got 20 likes. Okay, that's not bad. We got 20 likes. I'll give it. I'll take it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe. Oh yeah, I got you right here, bro. Paper mission. It's called paper mission. It's right here. His name is right there at the top. Hey, this is my boy. This is my boy right here.
I've been really to myself. Focus on that bag and nothing else. She said she like my style for real. Get money, I ain't worried about a deal. Bitches love me, I ain't worried how they feel. And lately, I've been really to myself. Focus on that bag and nothing else. She said she like my style for real. Get money, I ain't worried about a deal. Bitches love me, I ain't worried how they feel. We could take a trip to Cancun. Stop believing shit that ain't true. Me, I make moves. I don't really talk, but Drake do. Trap good, that's all you say, fool. Trap good, these bitches paying cause they heard about me. I start feeling weird when I can sense the nerd around me. Once they get my game, then that's when they start curving around me. Cut off the snake, but somehow leeches got that word about me. Niggas fake and bitches fake too, but some come with a check. Worry about the last bitch, that's how the last bitch got left. I been on some nasty shit. MVP, I'm to the neck. Throw me in the ocean with the sharks, I'ma come out the best. I ain't worried about the rest, they always got some shit to say. Every time the police stop my routes, I find a different way. Me, I find a different blade. Police, they can't stop nothing. Free my brother, remember days we had the block cook. That ain't really stop nothing. Getting that guap up. Police ever asked to say that shit was not us. Paid attention to the ones who really stayed around. Close friends don't mean nothing when niggas ain't around. Niggas ain't gonna help you out, don't know why niggas came around. Fuck to judge my lawyer, then it cost me 20,000. Me, I'm getting money now. It ain't funny now. And if a nigga say something, we gon' run him down.
Still trying to get it all together. Trying to fit your bitch in my schedule. Set her free, it takes no effort. Show these boys staying on this level. The shit you thinking about is like a pebble. We got big mountains and we climb them all together. They only do you wrong when you let them. Baby, let me strong when I'm healing. I walked the dark road, you was with it. We on the paper mission. We on the paper mission. We on the paper mission.
Alright, we did have this close above. Looks like it wicked below. This 30-minute possibly closing below. We got an hourly about to close right now also. So the hourly is about to close. And look, guys, okay. It's about to be 8 till 9. Okay, so look at the time also, guys. Look at it's always like this also, as I've noticed, is that all the times when like let's say, okay, look at how close we are to this level. Like if any of these are the levels we're waiting for, it's look at how close we are, and look at the time. It's about to be 8 o'clock, meaning in the next hour it's gonna close. It's gonna be 9 o'clock. And what happens if you guys ever realize, like when I did this chart the other day on euro, I don't know if you guys seen it. Look at the dates and the stuff right here. So look, this was Thursday at 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. So this was the 1 hour candle right here at the bottom, 8 till 9 a.m. That was the very bottom purge candle. So that was the candle. The one before was 8 and the bottom one was 9. So at 8 o'clock, from 8 till 9 made the low, and then from 9 till 10 purged it, and then that's what swept it. So a lot of times, that's what I say, is that 8 till 9 o'clock makes the low, and then the 9 till 10 o'clock candle is in between those. They're hourly candles, but what I'm saying is that's when you go down to smaller time frames, and then you start to see like I say, a fair value gap get tapped, or an order block get tapped, or something where you start to take those trades and stuff. So but then look at like I said, from 8 a.m. till Thursday till Wednesday, and look at what time this one was. This one was the top of it, the candle that made the high was at 9 a.m. The candle that broke it and came down was 10. So pretty much from 9 to 10. And that was the top. And that went to the bottom, which was Thursday. And Thursday was 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. So the low got created by the 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. And then from the 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. is the one that broke the low, flipped, and then that's the one that drove all this. And then that's what I'm saying, though, is like, but remember, these are on Wednesday, Thursday, though. That's Wednesday, Thursdays. So it being Sunday, you're probably not going to get the same type of move at an 8 till 9 o'clock. But the thing is we're getting really, really close to this level, and it's looking really, really a lot like what we would want to look for, which is something like this. And it's almost the same thing like I was kind of telling you guys earlier about like how they want to try to trick you. They're trying to trick you, and think of it as it's not just one person doing it. In reality, the way I kind of think of it is that there's so many people doing the wrong thing, and it's just a percentage type of thing that it just becomes what happens. Like, a lot of people think it's going to be a buy. They're going to take a buy right here, and then it's going to come and break their stops one more time. And where I say too is like, that's what each one of these moves was right here. This move right here was to trap you into buys. This move right here was to trap you into buys. This move right here was to trap you into buys. This move right here is to trap you into buys, when in reality the real move is probably going to be right here after. And like I said, imagine you were being greedy and you started early. 1 try, 2 tries, 3 tries, 4 tries. You would have to have 5 tries by the time you finally hit the right one. That's not knowing which one is the correct one. But then that's where I say it goes back to my point of knowing where the reversals are going to happen at. They always happen at key levels. The biggest reversal will probably be maybe at this low, not so much this low right here, because this low is eternal, which what I mean by eternal, where if this is the range right here, this low is in the middle of this box, whereas in this low is at the bottom of it, or at the high it would be right here at the top of it, so that's why I say too, is just like, why being patient is so important. Because what they also do is this. Look at, if this is my area that I'm waiting for to get tapped, look at how close they got, and they did exactly what I would want, is a close below, a wick below, close above, which gives us a higher price, which technically it gives us the higher price. It also closed above this candle right here, so at some point it's probably going to need to hit that and then maybe come back down. But the thing is this is all setting up to make you believe it's going to continue going up. But that's what I'm saying is, like, for some reason, every single time, if you're at the correct level, like this level, I don't know if this is the correct or not, but what I'm saying is the fact that I set this level up, and exactly there's no support line that I have right there. There's really nothing that I have that would make me want to, oh, this is gonna bounce right here, besides candle trading like a pattern. Candle trading like a pattern will make you get into the trade here. Candle trading like a pattern will get you in here. Candle trading like a pattern will get you in here. That's what I'm saying is, it's not a pattern. It's like things have to happen. So even if the perfect sweep of low, the most beautifulest one you've ever seen, is right here right now, if it didn't do it at a key level, which is here, then this is not valid. This is what you would be waiting for on some kind of pullback. And this is where I go back to understanding it usually goes to level 2. Look, this will be level 1. This will be level 2 up here. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is going to sweep that, and then this is going to come up like that. Then it's going to, I would say maybe go a little higher, and then maybe the next one, maybe sweep like that. And then you kind of do that. And then that's where it's going to start coming back down to this area, and then this is where it's going to do the real move back up. But that's if it's at this level and not this level or this level. So that's the one thing too, is that I need to try to I'm looking, I need to look into it right now so I could try to figure it out. But that's the idea though, is that I'm literally just reading price action. So if I'm right and all of these steps happen exactly like I'm explaining it, then I know for sure this is the right trade. So if my final conclusion is that, oh, at this level it's gonna bounce, and then everything that I drew out right here does exactly to the T, like, okay, it hits this level, it does here, it goes back here, breaks the high, and then it starts coming down exactly to my level, all that tells me is I'm exactly on point and I'm in rhythm of wherever this market's heading, because there's no way I could guess exactly that this is going to go here, then this is going to go here, then here, then here, then like, at least I'm going to be able to jump on one of them, or at least, you know. But that's where I say too, it goes back to the part of understanding that it is Sunday. Sunday is why we're also kind of doing this. But remember, at 1 a.m. candle, if 1 a.m. candle does something crazy today, as in I believe the London 1 a.m. candle, meaning maybe that is also why this is not going to happen right now, because it's not the correct time. And then that's where I say it goes back to understanding, it goes back to understanding, oh, how do I put that on? Oh, sorry about that.
And lately, I've been really to myself. Focus on that bag and nothing else. She said she like my style for real. Get money, I ain't worried about a deal. Bitches love me, I ain't worried how they feel. And lately, I've been really to myself. Focus on that bag and nothing else. She said she like my style for real. Get money, I ain't worried about a deal. Bitches love me, I ain't worried how they feel. We could take a trip.
Shit, let me, I'm trying to, how the heck do I,
Me, I make moves. I don't really talk, but Drake do. Trap good, that's all you say, fool. Trap good, these bitches paying cause they heard about me. I start feeling weird when I can sense the nerd around me. Once they get my game, then that's when they start curving around me. Cut off the snake, but somehow leeches got that word about me. Niggas fake and bitches fake too, but some come with a check. Worry about the last bitch, that's how the last bitch got left. I've been on some nasty shit. MVP, I'm to the neck. Throw me in the ocean with the sharks, I'ma come out the best. I ain't worried about the rest, they always got some shit to say. Every time the police stop my routes, I find a different way. Me, I find a different
Alright,
way. Police, they can't stop nothing.
let's see.
Police that bad, they say that shit was not us. Pay attention to the ones who really stayed around.
All right, let's see. Okay, so yeah, so like I was saying too, is that how important time is. So if time is important, and if 9 o'clock, if it needs to be a 9 o'clock candle, if it needs to be a 1 a.m. candle, if it needs to be something else, then that's what should let you know is the time. And also, like I said, it's like it's gonna start playing out perfect. Like it's 8 o'clock right now, so I believe this 8 till 9 o'clock 1 hour candle is gonna make the low. I think it's gonna make, let's see, hold on, 22. What is 22? 12. So that's 8 is 20, so 22 would be 10 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be 10 o'clock. So that means 10 to 11. 10 to 11. And that will be that is also the 1 a.m. candle. So is it this one? I'm wondering if it's this candle that hits these levels will be the one that makes that. Nope. Remember, it's the top wick. We're looking for top wick right now. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna hit the level and then come back. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, go lock into our Discord, and I'm gonna be a lot more active in there right now too. Definitely trying to get this Discord booming up again, and like I said, I got a few things I'm working on too. But I'm hoping on hopefully in the next few months, maybe I could, like I was saying, I wanted to start doing a journal. And then obviously everybody trades their own way, but the journal is mainly gonna be for me. But obviously, if I could, like, the main thing is I want to be able to show the data. Like, I want to show you that it works. I mean, I know it works because I know what I'm doing. But like I said, it's for more transparency too. So that way, you can actually see it. You know, it's different if you see it on like a journal than if I'm just telling you, because I could just be saying anything, you know. So that's why I say is like, once I get the journal, there's really gonna be no denying everything that I'm doing, you know. So that's really the main thing, is why I want to eventually get this journal made. And obviously, if I do the journal and I you know, you guys like the way I trade, and you guys end up, you know, kind of joining me along this same type of journey, the way I kind of trade, then we could all use the same journal, and we could all, like, you know, get better at taking these type of entries and stuff like that. So, and I do believe journaling is very important. One thing I did hear the other day, it made sense too. It was like, the guy was like, if you don't journal your trades, you can't analyze your trades. And if you can't analyze your trades, then you can't get better. And if you can't get better, then you're just going to be stuck forever. So it's like whether you like it or not, it's one of those things that has to happen. Like, it's just, the journaling is what's going to give you your stat. It's going to give you your 80% win rate. It's going to give you, and what setup is 80%? What setup is 50% win rate? What setup is, you know, what and what? Which one? What setups are the ones that run the most? What setups are this or that? You know, so, and that's the thing, is I got like 2 or 3 entry models that I got in mind. So, I got like 2 or 3 entry models that, like I said, is when I get these entry models more journaled and stuff like that, I'll be able to explain it more, and I'll be able to show you exactly what's working and what's not. And man, yeah, I gotta. It's gonna be real good, bro. I really want to focus on putting a lot of time into this, and watch, man. Just give me a little bit more time, and you gonna see how I cook up. I'm not even 1% as good as I think I could be, because I know I could get better. I'm in my head. I'm barely like learning anything. Like I'm barely still. I still feel new because it seems like I figure something out all the time. So every time I figure something out, it just leads me on another path into deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's just crazy. It's like I say, I know I could keep learning deeper and more, and like I really want to be able to like tell you exactly, hey, this is gonna happen, this is gonna do this is gonna do that, and it's already like I kind of already have a feeling that, I mean, it's kind of sometimes it's like that. I could already do that, but it's gonna get to a point where I feel like I could do that all the time, and that's really all I'm trying to do is just do this all the time. So yeah, for sure, GBP, I appreciate you, bro, always, you know that. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep going, bro. And like I said, as I'm really trying to perfect this. Like I want it to be like so nicely written down to where it's like a model. Like it's almost like I could like sell it on a piece of paper. Like literally, it just explains. Okay, wait for this, wait for this, wait for this. Step by one, step by two. Pictures, like easy type shit. You know, I want to be able to explain it like that. But yeah, we're gonna get there, bro. Trust me, we're gonna get there. And we ain't done yet. And that's why I say it's like it takes time, you know, just like Don says, it always takes time. You gotta you know, you gotta put a little bit of time and effort into it. But yeah, bro, we're gonna get this shit cracking. I got so many notes though. Like and it's all stuff I still use too. That's what's crazy. Is like I got a lot of notes that I still use. Yeah, if you guys are not familiar with like what time frames that I switch back and forth on, message me on Instagram. I'll send you a screenshot that I have that I written down from my notes and stuff that it pretty much tells you like. Let me pull it up actually. Let's see. Okay. So pretty much what I was trying to say is like the idea that I'm looking at is like the PDA, like the point of it, like pretty much like the PD array type of thing, like where you're gonna get your reversals at and stuff like that. Is like if I'm looking at a higher time frame, weekly time frame, then that means let me switch this back. All right, so like I was saying is that if I'm on a weekly time frame, let's say I'm on a weekly key level, then I should be searching for like entries on the 4-hour. If I'm on the daily looking for a key level, which was this daily key level, so it was this daily key level, I should be looking for entries on the 1-hour. Ooh, so I'm wondering, damn, could it come all the way down here? It just made me think, okay, this is the key level, and then this is the first fair value gap underneath it, but this is the order block right here. This is the one that broke the low. So I think it would be here though. Damn, why should it be that? Damn, was that the level already? Because technically that would be the first one. Nah, the 30 still has that. I don't like that. Well, but then again, the hourly could be the fake out. No, I'm gonna go with my gut. Like I said, is that it's always the first fair value gap, first order block, or something like that. So, oh yeah, but like back to the times of what I was saying. Like I said, if I'm on the daily, I'm on the 1 hour. If I'm on the 4 hour, I'm on the 15. If I'm on the 1 hour, I'm on the 5. If I'm on the 15, I'm on the 1. And that's kind of how that's where I say is like when I'm looking for a daily level, I'm on the hourly 15-minute. So that's why it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of making sense though. If this daily broke the lows, damn, if it flips right here, that I wonder if that could have been it then. Damn, that might have been it, because this was the previous daily low, and then how low did it go? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, I always say this too, is that maybe I sometimes I could have been wrong. Maybe my low was the wrong low, but then again, it did tap exactly into this order block right here, and that's also the first fair value gap order block right there after that. So let's see something. Hold on. No, but that still didn't. Okay, it's still this level. Actually, no, it's not that level then. So actually, yeah, it's gonna need to go down more. I think it's gonna go down because it's not lining up correctly. That is the level, but it always goes to the 50% level, and that 50% is not this level right there. So what that tells me though is that it still needs to happen. But I guess I'll find out today. Well, but then again, okay, what time is it? Like I always say, it's barely 8 to 9. But then, was that it then? So 10 to 11. That's 7 to 8. So no, it's not it. Uh-oh. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, look. Look, it did exactly like I was saying. I believe I said this level. I can't remember exactly. It was either that level or that level, but I don't think I said it where the line was at. I think I was saying this level. Because this was that sweep of the low. It's the second previous high. This is a high here, and this is a high here. So now I'm wondering, okay, so now is it going to start targeting this level over here? Lower prices. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching though. Appreciate it. I'm just looking at this, just trying to figure out something real quick. Just trying to look at this over. So let's see if it's the one that broke the high. I want to see if it's this high right here that needs to get tapped right here. It's gonna be right here, I think. Let's see. Because what happens is, like we were saying, is how high does this 15-minute needs to go? If the model 1 doesn't show up, it needs to go higher. And the model 1 will show up, I believe, here if it hits this area. Damn, it just tapped that. Model 1 will go, or will it do its whole little, close above, look above? All right, let's see. I was thinking this could possibly be tapped. All right, let's see how it reacts at this level right here. I do kind of think this would be the tap it needed. So let's see. It could be doing the same little kind of thing idea right here. Well, actually, let's see. Let's see. It might do its like how I say it does its little close above, then the next one closes below. Ooh, or not. And like I say, they damn, it was a reaction there though, that was for sure. Damn, and look at what time it is right now at the 8 till 9 o'clock. Perfect timing. 15. That swept the lows. If you kind of think about it, look, this swept the lows perfectly. Damn, I didn't even notice that. Damn. That's what you would have wanted though. So let's see. It broke that. Damn. Damn, bro, that was right at the time though. It's like, damn, I'm wondering if this was the tap then. Because it did, that was the tap. But then I'm trying to figure out, what did I possibly miss? What did I possibly miss? Yeah, it shows everything showing up. It's showing it up. Oh, could we fill in these fair value gaps at least? Wow. This thing, and look at right, it's always at the same time too, like right at 8-9 o'clock. That time is just undefeated, I guess. All right, y'all. Thinking about getting off. I'm getting kind of tired already. I gotta work. I gotta go to work tomorrow too and stuff. So just kind of thinking about probably gonna be getting off right now. But yeah. I'll be on again tomorrow for London session, and we'll be doing that. So double check. But yeah. All right, y'all. Yo, peace out, bro. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace.